Hey guys, welcome to the Big Talk with Austin, your monthly movie news podcast, sometimes video game news as well. I don't think we have any video games news yet. Oh, you know what did happen? We don't, it's not a topic, but the Steam Deck, the Steam machine.
So cool looking, and the Steam
Yeah.
Cube.
This is something I've been asking for years. It's just until when I get a PC, it's like, all right, here you go.
I just want to point out though, I know it's not a topic.
Yeah.
They dropped that on like a random
Yeah,
Wednesday.
it was just random out of nowhere. It's like, what? Steam machine? What the heck is this? It's a console for
Like all the news going on in the world, like
yeah.
peace deals,
GTA 6 being
government
delayed.
government shutdowns, GTA 6, Epstein's files, and then it's like Steam Deck, hey, by the way, we're
Yeah.
releasing game consoles.
Yeah.
So
Well,
here you go.
what's funny is like that was, going to be Xbox marketing move for the next Xbox console. Now they have nothing.
I
So
just want to point out, where did the KFC game console go?
I'm still waiting for it.
I,
Like I would love to cook my fat freaking licking good chickens while playing games.
Just saying, we never got that. I'm
Yeah.
disappointed. I was willing to spend
Well,
$5,000
yeah. I'm waiting for
or
like
whatever it was.
that big red ball from Drake and Josh, whatever it's
Oh,
called.
it's spherical.
Yeah.
Game sphere.
Yeah, the game.
So good.
That's PlayStation's next design. I'll buy it right then,
Oh,
right there on the
it's so
spot.
good. So good.
Like,
That's
well,
my
I mean,
favorite.
like, since we brought it up just quickly, I think this is actually good for the market. It will bring competition for PlayStation, Xbox, and all of that.
Oh, 1,000%.
Because
And
everyone wanted, because my biggest complaint whenever I had a PlayStation, I wish I had the games that were on Steam. And so now there's a market for that for a lower price for people that are console players. And I'm curious now this will probably push production to be much harder on PlayStation, putting out better product and all that. And so
well, and
controller
Steam,
looks stupid. I hate the controller for Steam, the Steam machine.
I'm gonna give it a chance. I think Steam is very intentional about everything that they do.
Mhm.
And I know that how their platform and how it integrates with like lots of software. Um, I am not a techie guy. I worked at a lot of different tech places and everything, but um, that is not my forte.
Yeah.
But what I will say is that based on everybody I know that is into software integration and platform and like even like how it interacts with like Mac, Windows, Linux, all those different things. Um, I was really impressed how the responses that I saw, even on like Reddit, YouTube, uh, they were really, really positive.
No,
Um,
yeah. I think the
so
idea of the console is very positive. I think the controller though, it's I'm not a big fan of the touchpads being split and next in front of the sticks.
sure.
So not my
It'll be
forte. I'll have to get my hands on it before I guess say anything else more.
perfect
No, we're
because
gonna
we
like
always have this.
this is gonna be another 3.5 hour episode. So
Yeah, well,
but before we
fasten your
even yeah,
seatbelts, take
before
a
we
drive,
get
comment
some
how much you love
candy,
Austin's shirt.
get your drink, get your beverages, grab a
Well,
snack.
can we all just take a second to, and I want everybody to comment and drop wonderful comments about how amazing Austin's shirt is. It says,
I'm very unpaid.
yeah,
It's like it's
unpaid movie critic.
yeah, I
I
don't know if
mean,
you
I,
unpaid
I
movie
mean,
critic.
how excellent is that? I
Yeah.
don't get paid. Austin
I'll have to
basically
make a
said,
custom shirt for you called the unpaid co-host.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to point out, Austin said when he gets super famous, he would give me millions of dollars.
Hmm.
So I just want to put that on the record way ahead of time. So when we can come back to this video in years,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that might actually lead into the next topic that you kind of just set up there.
I
But
know. I know. I was hoping you were going to lead into that.
but before we get into that whole situation, we do have to celebrate not only hitting like we hit 5,000 subscribers in 1 month. We're almost actually almost at 6,000 at the time of recording this. Like we're actually at 5,800. So to any of the haters,
It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at
okay, we're not going to play that for very long because I did get copyrighted last time. Um, Trump was not happy. Moving on.
Oh, I love those dance moves. Love.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not gonna make that
you
comment.
know,
I
uh,
love the dance moves. That's all I'm going to say. So,
yeah, played it for way too long. Maybe playing for 2 seconds there just got us copyrighted too. So
yeah.
great, lovely. That's why I'm called the unpaid movie critic. So, but yeah, we have like 17 topics here to get into, and each topic we'll be talking about for like an hour. So, strap in, get ready. So,
The good
yeah,
news is though, by the time we're done with this episode,
I already put you guys to sleep. That's gonna be the good news.
no, I was gonna
Oh,
say Leonardo DiCaprio will have had like 8 different girlfriends.
oh, that's
So,
true. Yeah,
um,
yeah.
so we may have like 10 other topics about
Mm.
the girlfriends Leonardo DiCaprio, and Taylor Swift may have had like 8 different husbands.
Yeah.
So
She's
we'll
getting
really
she's getting
have,
down with with every football player on the team. Um and
except for
she's
Patrick Mahomes, because he has one wife. So, um, we'll just throw that
uh,
out there.
yeah.
Um,
But so yeah, let's get right into this. So this first topic, it's a bit of a doozy one. It's I when I first heard about this, I was like, "Oh no. Well, got to talk about this." Lovely. So, you guys know how much I love the Terrifier films. I don't, not really. But they're all right horror films. They're just body horror. That's all it is. It's not really,
oh,
I don't even know if it's really good body horror because I did like The Substance. Did you see that film?
the substance was very
Yeah.
interesting,
See, that's
very
body
intriguing.
horror that I like. Not really this.
I'm still mad that she didn't win the Academy Award for that movie.
Yeah, it's weird that Margaret Qualley won an award, but not her.
Yeah,
It's like how does your side lead that plays the same character and it's not the main actual person win the award?
and she crushed. I
Yeah.
don't normally say people got snubbed, but she really got snubbed.
No, see, what really got snubbed was Amelia Perez, all right? It's 12 nominations.
Yeah.
So, feel bad for that film. Oh,
Wait, that was about 20 nominations too many.
yeah.
So, way too many
Well,
nominations. I think they had too few films, and they just needed to
I
put
think there
somebody
was
up
I
there.
think just one nomination was too much. Um, whoops. Oh no. Upsetting a lot of people that worked on that film. Well, pick better jobs, I guess. I don't know.
I just want
But
to point out there's a lot of films I don't like, so I will just say I don't like lots of them. So I won't only pick on that one.
yeah.
We'll also pick on Snow
Well,
White and quite a few others. So
yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. But the thing is going on with Terrifier is that the original actress from the first film, the one I believe is the one that was hanging upside down with her boobs out and like, her guts open.
I did not see this movie. I have to be
Oh,
honest.
well,
But
I've seen the first two. I haven't seen the first one. So I've seen the, sorry, first two. I've seen the second one. I've seen the third one. I haven't seen the
got it.
first one.
Okay.
That
I
makes
was
more,
like,
yeah.
but I
Uh,
did hear about this movie when it did come out. And I
mm,
remember there being a whole like
fan base
everybody
around
was
it.
up in arms about it.
Yeah.
Yes. So
So I think that's the character. I think that's the actress that we're is in this situation. So she is currently now suing the production and like the director and the studio. What the headline says, actress from horror movie that made people vomit is now suing over nude scenes that caused injury. So it it's there's a few things going on with this film. So one, when did this come out? Like 12 years ago? 10 years ago? Like
no,
how
yeah, 9 years ago.
9 years ago? So this is so there's a few things going on. So she was originally, from my understanding, she was promised that for the future of this franchise that wasn't a franchise at the time, which is a weird deal to make, is that she was promised money for for the future of this franchise for each film based off its box office. I think she was promised like $1 million per film from what I remember.
Yeah. And
And
then,
so and she and they also made her get nude during a certain scene, and that wasn't originally in her contract, but they would have paid her more as well. And so to sum things down, she's not getting money that she was promised. The problem, though, is this is kind of behind closed doors. There isn't any form of real writing to prove this, but there's another way of going about it for this lawsuit, is that but there's so there might not be a written contract, but there is a verbal contract, and that's kind of like a that is as a big of a deal as a written contract, and so but the
I
problem
don't know how you can
is
prove it. It's a he said, she
it's
said.
a he says she said thing, but if it's just, that's where it becomes a he says she said thing. If it was just her and the director or the studio owner, I believe it's the director that she had that conversation with. So if it was just her and him, then yeah, there's no way of really her proving and winning that case. But if there was like the assistant director and like other
Mhm.
producers involved in this conversation, then there's a little bit of then there could be like a little bit of a blowback for her, not for them, not for her, but for them. And so this is just kind of dirty, a little like kind of muddy waters at the moment. Nothing has
Yeah,
come out for since this article, which this article came out on like November 4th, 3 weeks ago.
yeah, 3 weeks ago.
And
No,
so
I think what's interesting about this, which um it says she was left with cranial swelling and eardrum damage.
mm,
That outside of everything getting paid, all those different things, big problem. So obviously it sounds like they can prove that.
yeah.
Um, problem should that should not happen. Um, dangling people upside down to get shots and stuff. You would expect there to be, whether it's a shoestring budget or a blockbuster budget, we should be taking people's safety of the utmost.
Well, and yeah, it's well, when it comes to a low budget film at the time, like this was a low budget film, there's a lot of gray areas when it comes to ignoring things. It's like, we don't like. Why do you think
Oh,
the Titan?
apparently
Why
they
why
ignored
why
it.
why do you think the Titan explode? Um, well,
Oh, and
I
I
mean,
think
yeah,
that's the issue
yeah.
is I think she has a case
With
regardless
the
of
injury for sure,
yeah, I think
but I
regardless
don't know about the see.
of the
It's
payment.
weird. It's a weird that independent studio or director would promise future money for the franchise when you don't know that this will be a franchise. I find that to
Yeah,
be odd.
I thought that was interesting too. It's like, hey, in the future films that we don't know will be the future, we will pay you for them.
Yeah, for
See,
these new scenes,
that makes
it
that
seems
makes
scummy.
lawsuit yeah, very weird. So there's a lot of I feel like they threw a lot of things in this lawsuit
Hmm.
and didn't really specify when they should have.
Well, I don't think they specified when they made this deal originally. That's the problem. They didn't
Well,
really.
yeah.
And
Well,
so
and
I guarantee what's going to end up happening, nothing's going to come out of this. They'll pay her to sign an NDA and not really talk about it ever again, give her money, and just like, all right, here's our deal. Don't ever speak of this ever again. And whatever deal that we had previously, that's over. Type of deal. Like we're going to give you all the money that you want that we think is reasonable. So then this doesn't affect Terrifier 4. That's kind of where I see this going.
is there a fourth one? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it's supposed to either come out next year or the year after.
No, of course it is.
It's lovely.
Well, all I'll say is I hope she gets paid for her,
Well, I
you know,
hope that this is
for
true
being
for
injured.
one.
Well, yeah,
Like I
assuming
hope,
it's true.
yeah, this is assuming if it's true, not just some actor that's getting jealous that she's on a franchise that's very oddly successful. Um,
Oddly successful.
yeah,
Well, if she wins and everything is true, they can change the title from Terrify Her to Terrified of Her
mm.
because they'll have been taken down by her. So I think that,
Terrifier. Never heard of her.
well, regardless of what happens, I think that there are things that, you know, the claims that she makes in here are
There's serious
cause
claims.
for concern. Yeah. I mean, well, I just when I was reading this, just so everybody knows, when Austin sends me these topics, I always read the titles first before I read the articles, but
Yeah,
just to get the synopsis of like, okay, what is this episode going to look like? I'm going to read this title. Actress from horror movie that made people vomit is now suing over nude scene that caused injury.
yeah,
Wow. I mean, the made people vomit part is like,
yeah. I've seen clips. It's pretty gruesome.
yeah. No,
It's
I do remember when this came out, it was like a whole like there were groups that were like, "This is an evil movie," rah, 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 and like we're really mad
yeah.
about it.
Like
It's like, well,
people were worried about Joker when we had this film. You remember Joker was a huge problem when that film was
yes,
coming out?
I do remember.
And so it's funny, like we can't have a film about this guy when we had a film like this where you had a naked woman with her guts hanging out upside down.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I do. There's been some really
I mean,
gross.
it's also just hanging upside down is probably not really healthy for you.
Well,
There's
obviously it's not. She had cranial swelling and eardrum issues, so
yeah.
but I hope she gets paid. I really do. Um, if everything is true, I really hope Terrifier people have to pay.
Yeah,
So, um, and kudos to her lawyers and kudos to the law system and for being able to bring these things forward and being able to prove them. So,
yeah. I mean, like the only part that feels weird about it is like, why is this a story become like coming out now? Why is this some? Is it more of a situation of where she was like patient enough? Like she's like, has she tried calling them like, hey, where's my money? And be like, oh yeah, well no, we're gonna get it to you. And it just kind of becomes like a numbing situation where she's just becoming patient, and now this is kind of the breaking point.
yeah,
Or is this a hoax, like the paranormal activity channels like to say?
I
Um,
I don't know. I don't think that it's a hoax per se.
no, I
Like,
it I think there's some truth into this,
yeah,
and so. But I don't know. Let us know your guys' thoughts on that. That's honestly the only serious topic throughout this whole entire episode. Usually there's always like one or two serious topics, situations like that.
yeah,
But moving on to this next one. So we did get a trailer for Scream 7. And there's so many different situations right now when it comes to Scream 7 with the sequel cast, Marissa Barrero and Jenna Ortega leaving because of some dispute of political reasons, not really agree that the studio didn't find okay that Marissa Barrero said online. I don't know if it was really agreeing. No, it's not really if they agreed or disagreed. It was just more like this. It's a touchy subject, and they didn't want to be involved with it at all. And
yeah,
so they kind of decided to go their separate ways. The only thing I don't know if they ever had the conversation of like, hey, you need to take this down because you're still representing us as a company, or
for
if they
sure.
just straight up fired her. And if they straight up fired her without that conversation, then I think Sony or was it Scream Gym? I think it's the production name.
Yeah,
Um, you're kind of an assholes on that part. But yeah, so there's kind of like some, there's like Scream Seven's in not in good shape at when it comes to that. But after you hear the announcement of Nev Campbell coming back to play Cindy, you hear that Stu Marker is coming back to play. Uh, well, no, that's the character. You have Matthew Lillard to come back play as Stu Marker. You have a bunch of actors to come back to play their previous uh, selves in the films in the franchise.
Yeah.
And some of them are question mark dead, some of them are definitely dead. Like the what's the actor's name that was the secret brother in the third one? He's 100%
Oh,
dead.
yeah.
So I don't know what his role is, but there's a good chance that Stu Macher is still alive. And but a lot of what already that this trailer is hinting at, which I actually, you know what? I don't hate it. I don't love it. I actually, but it still has my interest because it seems like it's going to play around with AI. And so,
Yeah, I love the idea of how modern it felt.
mhm.
Um, I love that she's using technology.
I
Um,
did like the scene where she was looking over the camera. It's like, all right,
yeah,
telling her sister, like, all right, not sister, her daughter, like,
I
shoot him
love
now,
how
shoot him now.
modern I love how modern it is and the fact that like she's using technology, she got smarter,
Hmm. She's not
but
being dumb.
correct. But
Hopefully, we'll see.
the killer is also smarter.
Yeah,
And you can tell that you can tell that there's like a sense of like, well, one, her daughter's name is Tatum.
yeah.
It's a great callback to
The
I
first
think
film,
her friend.
it
Yeah.
was her friend, like Dewey's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's like there's such a great it was really good. I actually kind of lost interest after like the second one where I was like, really, another one?
Yeah,
Wasn't that
yeah, I mean, people do enjoy. I've seen three and four. I honestly don't like them. I There's like a falling for four. Four is just I don't know. It's too much. Um, Three is honestly the worst one in the franchise.
I agree. Oh my goodness,
Three
that movie
pisses
was
me
terrible.
off. It's
Yeah.
like watching. I'm like, what are we doing? Like what? And so, uh, I mean, but Scream Five, it definitely resurrect the franchise. I thought it was better than three and four.
I thought
Uh,
so too.
and next you had Scream Six, which is still better than three and four, but it's
I
honestly
thought it was mid.
it was a
I thought it was
letdown.
just yeah.
It's very predictable. Not it didn't do any. It didn't do justice with the New York Manhattan setting at all. It didn't
No,
really do much with it.
I thought it was predictably bleh.
Yeah,
Um, did
but
you I'm curious your thoughts.
mm,
So, um, Scream has had like they've had kind of like that TV show, they've had like the movies.
mm.
I kind of like the idea that they're coming back to the movies and Neve Campbell. Like, I find they're, I'm glad they're kind of finding the niche back to,
Well, the only reason why they're going back to Neve Campbell is because they fired their two main stars. Well, one and next the other one left. That's the only reason why they're going back to
yeah, but
Neve.
I think it was better that they went back to her anyway.
Well, yeah, because the franchise surrounded her in the first place, and
Uh-huh.
at some point, this franchise is gonna need to end. If it's gonna end, it should be around her, not
Yeah.
these two. And I think six wrapped up the sister storyline pretty well. I
Mhm.
do think it was probably leading to other things, probably like this one of the sisters becoming the next Ghostface in a way. Probably
Yeah.
that they were probably going in that direction, but the way that they ended it in the previous one was fine. I
Yeah.
don't honestly that they don't need to come back if they don't want to. And so
Yeah. I agree.
and I think there's already talks for a Scream 8 and honestly I think Scream 7 should be a good final chapter, especially if they're going this AI direction with Nev Campbell refacing her demons from her past. Now not just some dude hiding behind a mask and trying to like take on the mantle, but like literally like mentally playing with her, like, hey, I'm being because do you think Stu Macher is alive?
Good question. You know,
I think there's a good chance that it's weird that I get why they already said like Matthew Lillard's coming back is to put people in the seats because they're really desperate with the situation that happened. But there's a I think there's a good chance that he's still alive, but there's still going to be some AI and playing around in it because in the trailer you hear Dewey's voice,
yeah.
and so that's just Ghostface messing with the voice
Yeah.
box, and so. But do you
Yeah. I
think
think,
Stumacher is alive?
mm, I don't know.
If he's alive? Then does it become less predictable to watch?
No.
Because I think it becomes more personal then.
I think there's two ways that you can play it. It can be somebody that's really close to that person that's just messing with her that
Hmm.
knows what it mentally does to her when they're doing that, or it can really truly be him. And
Because a lot of people are hinting at that it's his sister because his sister had a son in Scream 5 that got murdered in the parking lot. You know that douchebag at the outside of the bar?
oh yeah, yeah.
Apparently that's Stu Macher's like nephew. Um, and so
Okay.
there's theories that the ghost face in this film is connected to Stu Marker and it's going to be his sister, but it's not really Stu. I would find it more interesting to be Stu because then it becomes more of a personal level. You could have the sister be a personal level too, but I feel like just having Matthew Lillard would just be a 10 out of 10 and like performance either and way
Sure.
better than what they could do
Well,
without him.
and it would just be that would be like the whole movie predicted in.
Well, yeah,
But
but like what you could do is just have him have his match be revealed in 10 minutes into the film.
yeah,
Drop the whole mystery mask thing. And or you can still have the like the second mystery mat, like you don't know like who the
yeah.
second Ghostface is. It still can be like an intercourse connection, but you
I
do
mean,
know that one the Ghostface is Stu Macher.
how would you feel if we didn't meet? Because usually in the Scream films, we meet the person, like we see them in person, and
Hmm.
we know that person, but we don't know their Scream. We don't know their Scream, right?
Yeah.
And then they end up being revealed. What if we didn't meet the Scream person, like the actual physical person behind the mask the whole time until they're
Didn't we do that with Scream 2 though? With the mom, with Billy's mom? Because I don't think she was ever shown until till the
was
end.
she? I don't remember. I'd have to go back and watch, honestly.
Scream 2 is pretty good. I still think the first one's the better one.
Yeah, I think
But
the first is the better one too.
but
I'd have to go back
I
and
just
watch,
think
but
if you revealed Stu Marker at the beginning of the film, I think there's a lot more of higher stakes going for the film. And
sure.
actually you could still have the mystery like, okay, well, there's always another ghost face. And next the
Yeah,
sixth one all and showed like there's actually three. So maybe there's actually more. Maybe this time around there's five because there's a
yeah,
cult following. Because so
yeah,
you can still have like the mystery of like, oh my gosh, there's more than one ghost face. Like, who are you? Um,
yeah.
but I don't know. I'm curious to see it. It comes
But
out February 14th, which is actually a very interesting day for a screen film to come out on.
what would be interesting, just if we're thinking mind games,
Mm.
what if we put just thoughts about this?
Dewey's ghost face.
No,
Oh.
that would be
I
so
that
that would
was
be
that's actually been a theory for a very long time, but he's dead.
yeah.
He gone.
No, what would be really interesting is what if all the ghost faces were in a group chat, like a text strand,
Yeah.
and they put her Sydney in the group chat, and it was like they were all just messing with her, like psychologically, and
Like
to know
she doesn't know that they're ghost face, but they're in a group
correct.
chat. Yeah.
I mean, that
Well,
would
like
be
you know what'd be interesting if like everyone in her life was Ghostface, even her daughter.
maybe not her daughter, but like her and her daughter are the only people that aren't Ghostface,
Mm.
and like everybody else is.
Like
That would
even
be
long distant friends that she has known since
yeah.
Scream 1. Like
It's like
what?
it's like the baby. It's like
Yeah.
Aunt and the baby, and they're like the baby's in the baby carriage, and it's like the ghost face. No, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, like a
everybody.
baby just pulls down the ghost face mask. Like, oh my goodness gracious. But I think the Dewey ghost face theory would have been interesting.
It would have been.
I think that because like because I think the original plan was him to be Ghostface in that first film. I don't know if you knew that. I think there was like an original idea that he was going to be Ghostface because of how things were lined up in the script and the film. But
Yeah.
uh, anything else to talk about? Yeah,
I
I think there's a decent trailer. It doesn't really change my thoughts on going in, but
I
it does have my interests.
I will say I thought the costume. I don't know if you or the
It's the
costume
same.
design. I liked it.
It's the
I
same
thought
costume.
yeah, I know, but still I thought everything looked good.
Yeah,
I just
I think it does look. It's interesting in a modern day look. It does look more sleek than than previous ones. I do really like the opening of the trailer.
Yeah.
like in the house and like the Stewmacher's house being burnt down. Thought that was like the best part of the trailer. But yeah. Anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Are you looking forward to Scream 7 or are you still one of those like bring back Melissa Barrero?
Oh my God.
I like Melissa Barrero. I thought she was great in Abigail, but eh, if she doesn't want to do it anymore, she doesn't want to do it anymore. It's the same thing with Zack Snyder and Superman. Let let it die. Just let them be. Um, but moving on to this next topic. So I'm a big fan of Alien. I love the universe, and I enjoyed
I didn't
Predator.
know that.
I did enjoy Predator Badlands. Did you see that?
Which one was that?
It's the one that just came out, Predator Badlands.
No,
It
I
was
did not.
really good.
Was it?
It was actually really good. Not
Oh,
perfect, but it was good.
okay, like 7 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10. I liked it. So I'm really liking what this new version of Century Studio is doing with these two franchises under Disney's banner. The one letdown overall, though, and it's a huge letdown, is Alien Earth. It's
Really?
I still haven't finished the show. I just can't do it. I'm just not interested in this storyline. And so to hear that Alien Earth is getting a season 2 is not shocking, because it was very successful for a Disney Plus show and a
Sure.
Hulu show. It was like it really broke a lot of records for an alien show in general. So shocking, no, but I really don't care. I just like I don't care about these robot kids, like these kids in a robot body talking to a xenomorph. It's just like I really don't care about this type of storyline. Like I was thinking more of like, behind the scenes of like why is what Utani like so fascinated with these alien creatures? Like that was what my had my peak interest, more of like the behind the scenes of the company from a show perspective and just
Yeah.
not what we've literally done in the past. Because this is kind of they've literally taken similar story arcs that didn't really work and they're intertwining in their own way in this show. And it's just like we've already seen this before. It's just now
Yeah.
again worse. I'll have to finish the show. I will try to finish it. I just don't really care. But I'm pretty sure you haven't seen the show.
I have actually watched like 30 minutes. And
Okay.
the only reason I turned it on is because I like Timothy Oliphant.
Yes, he's great.
And because the guy from Andor is in it. Oh shoot. I'm gonna get his name wrong. The guy who died. Um,
The
uh,
brother or the father?
yeah, no, the kid, Alex Lothar,
Hmm.
Lothar, the English kid.
Hmm.
So,
Oh, the kid that's like the company owner, like as a young, hot shot, rich kid. That guy.
no, he's the one
Oh,
who started the rebellion,
oh,
the
okay.
young kid. So, but I just went and looked. 94% on Rotten Tomatoes for Alien Earth. That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, audiences are giving Wicked for Good a 94% as well, so I don't really care.
Uh,
So, is that critics that gave it a 94 for Alien Earth? Is that what it is? What's the audience?
no, here, let's see. I'm curious. Um, Rotten Tomatoes gave it 94% audience and then 65% critic.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
I think is what it.
Like the first like 3 episodes are really good. But it's just really that fourth and fifth episode that just turned me off. Um,
I can't believe
and
it's considered a drama, an
yeah,
alien.
I can see I can see why it's considered a drama. It's very story like for the kids. But I mean like you're probably not shocked that it's getting a season 2 because it probably made money.
So somebody said season one needed a seasoned writer to place guardrails. Man, was it all over the place. I was rooting for the alien the whole time.
Yeah, which I hate.
That's so funny. I was rooting for the alien the whole time. Ah, so good. Yikes.
Yeah, not really else anything else
Yikes.
to mention.
No, I can't believe it. So I
Yeah,
just
it's the only hey, they're still knocking it out of the park. It's just the only thing that was a miss. They're not gonna all be bangers. I just hope that season two learns its mistakes from the first season. It becomes more structured, and maybe they could drop some storylines
yeah.
and focus on something else. Because I really don't care about AI having feelings and alien creatures having feelings. I don't care. Um, it's not what I'm watching an alien show for. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Moving on to this next topic. So this is actually a very interesting topic, which kind of leads into the next two topics after this one. But it's very interesting.
I
So
am in
I
this one.
really do like the director that did Weapons because he did Barbarian. I didn't really like like the film overall. It's okay. It's not great. Have you seen Weapons?
I have not.
Uh,
I actually, wait 1 second. I want to bring it up really quick.
hmm. Like I like Zach Kreger, but Weapons was it was a dud. But he was
I know which one. I want to look it up really quick because I think I know what you're talking about.
hmm, the movie.
Yes. The little kids ones where they all
Yeah,
disappear, right? Yeah,
yeah.
okay. Now I remember what you're talking about. Yes, okay.
Have you seen it or have you not?
I saw parts of it
Okay,
online on a place, but I won't
got.
say.
Oh, you pirated.
I didn't say that. I just
Oh,
said I saw parts.
hmm.
I'm not near a movie theater. I remember.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're not going to drive the hour to see Tron, why would you go drive an hour to see another movie?
Okay, I can't lie. I'm only 47 minutes away. Um, but yes. Um, no, I remember this, but yes. No, I remember people were like all the hubbub about this movie, and they're like the kids disappear and all psycho
But
crazy.
it,
Very
it,
creepy movie.
there's creepy aspects, but it has a generic explanation, and so wasn't really into it that much. But I still like him very much, and I'm curious to see what he does with the Resident Evil film, which I'm very looking forward to. I think it comes out next year. But the one thing I didn't know is that he currently was working on a Netflix film, but that is a stand right now because of Netflix lack of theatrical releases. Which this is something that we've been seeing a lot lately. People speaking out on theatrical releases, it being important. Like one with it being the director that did the remake for Roadhouse. He was a big stance on a movie theatrical release. We just talked about in the last episode that uh, Scarlet Witch. Why am I blanking her name? Uh,
Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth Olsen. She was a big stance on only being theatrical releases films, and now you have Zach Kreger kind of putting a movie on hold until Netflix gives it a theatrical release and gives other films theatrical releases, which I think is very interesting. I think it's a good thing that this is something that's being talked about. I mean, even Daniel Craig wasn't really too happy with Netflix because he wanted I think Knives Out 3 to get it like a full theatrical release.
Yeah, I
And
do remember
so
that. I do remember seeing that.
I like what do you what's your thoughts on this? I think this is actually very
So here's the thing. I want to be very tactful about this.
hmm,
Well, first, guy just had a movie that exploded, did very successful,
for a low
almost
budget, yeah.
270 million, I think, or 260, whatever, something at the box office.
Yeah.
Awesome. Kudos, man. Like that's really good for, what it was. Um,
It had 268 at the box office
okay, I remember. Yeah, okay. So you did really well at the box office for what it was.
with a budget of 38 million.
Okay. So you had low expectations, blew those out of the water. You did really well. You're now going to Netflix. You're basically telling them you want a full theatrical release. You know, part of you is trying to leverage, this film that you did. Now let's look at his previous films because I want to see I always look at track record, right?
Yeah. He did. Well, I think the only ones that I know for a fact he did was Weapons and Barbarian.
Okay. How did Barbarian do? We got
It
to see
did
his.
it did very well. Barbarian box office.
Okay.
It did $45 million worldwide, or is it, yeah,
On
against
on 4.5 million.
yeah, $45 million against of a budget of I believe 10 million. Let me look at the
Yeah,
budget.
45 million on a
Uh
$4.5 million budget.
yeah.
Okay. So he's been proven to take little bits of money, make a pretty good amount on two for two on these two films. Okay, so budget sees that he budget, haha.
Uh,
Netflix sees that he can take a small budget, make success. He's proven that he can succeed in the box office. So Netflix should trust him to be creative and make this movie and basically give him that opportunity. Now, should he be maybe demanding it? We don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
well,
I
here's
don't
the thing. Why is this not in his contract with Netflix?
see, I don't know. I don't know how Netflix does their contracts though. See that
Well,
we're not,
you have to do your contract before you make a movie, though.
yeah, but we're not privy to those conversations.
I guess not.
Netflix probably
Hey,
has a
Netflix,
lot.
start inviting me to stuff, you assholes. Uh,
Wait, wait,
yeah.
wait. Netflix, I have a great idea. You should make a Star Wars movie where
That's not in the Star Wars universe and directed by Zack Snyder.
oh,
Oh,
and you should have it be about a stormtrooper who looks like they're about to be the Jedi, or I'm sorry, excuse me, who's about to be the Force user, but then not have him be the Force user, and then bring in this random Wendy Sue lady and
call her,
make the
s-
story all about
call her, Spacewalker.
oh, yes, and then have her take on the last name of the character that everybody's loved forever and then make it really cringy. I think that would be excellent. I mean, Netflix is really missing out on a good opportunity.
They should just buy Disney at this point.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
Instead of trying to buy Warner Bros., try to buy $500 billion company. See how well that goes.
Well,
How
I mean,
what is Disney's worth?
let's see, Disney. What's Disney's market cap?
Eight 186 billion dollars. Yeah.
Oh, Netflix is only 100 and oh, wait. Netflix market cap
They're,
443 billion. Go Netflix,
well, yeah.
which is crazy to me because Netflix does not have theme parks. And anyway, besides the point.
Yeah.
So, Zach, I'm in full support. You've proven that you can do it. It's kind of like the group project where you do all the work and Netflix takes all the credit. So, um, you know, do your thing.
So
And
I here's the thing I'm confused about. What hurts Netflix for putting out more theatrical releases?
it doesn't. They have too much crap content anyway. So why did
I think a lot of the crap content would make more money in theaters than just being thrown out on Netflix.
Well, I mean, especially because there's sometimes I like, well, I'm not going now, but sometimes I'll go to the movie theater and I'm like, there's no movies out that I'm like, there's no variety.
Yeah, they're all the same.
So,
Or they're
yeah,
re-releases of 80s films. Like they just did a Back to the Future anniversary release. I didn't go watch it, but
Oh,
that's what all theaters have now these days, apparently. NX
yikes.
Disney remakes. Um,
Oh,
poor,
no. Well, at
poor
least
theaters.
they're like live action Disney remakes. So, um, see, and that's the thing is it's like Netflix. There's so many rando things to watch. I mean, at this point, Netflix is just making docu-series about murders. So, I mean, there's so many murders. They could just make a new docu-series about a murder every week.
Yeah,
So, if
I
they're running
mean,
out of content, just do that.
they'll probably take the license of the Jesus horror film because they're just like at that point you would unsub from Netflix if you saw that. Be like, nope, turn that
Oh, I
off.
just wouldn't watch it. So there's already crap trash on Netflix that I would never watch. So
That's me with the whole entire service. But I don't know. I think that's very interesting that Zach is doing this. Um,
I'm in full support. Good for him.
oh
For
yeah,
yeah. So,
I think more people need to stand up to studios and just about like streaming services like not like should be because it's a way for studios not to pay people and that's the thing is like because like they don't have to do any marketing for films that they throw up on streaming because all they gotta do is put out the main homepage for a week and people will click on it if they see it.
correct.
And so it doesn't really cost them anything besides money to run the servers.
Correct.
So let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below on this. More Netflix news.
Can I
So
do this one?
yeah, we were just talking about theatrical uh releases. So, but yeah, you could.
So Netflix, this is a good one
Mm.
because you know how Netflix is normally like, my precious, with all of their content and they won't let it go anywhere.
And that's what they'll do with the Lord of the Rings if they get it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Because it'll be like a huge money maker. They'll just
Yeah.
start popping out spin-off shows. I already know.
Each character from Lord of the Rings will get their own show, and it'll be about from their perspective of the journey that they go on.
But they'll do like gender swaps. They'll do like Gandalf.
Black Gandalf, like, oh great, lovely. Oh no,
No, they won't do that. They'll do like something random. They'll make Gandalf like a
oh
Gen
lady,
Z millennial.
yeah.
They'll be like Gandalf at the mall.
Gandalf if he worked at I don't know Chick-fil-A.
So, oh gosh, I that would be really good. So
I would watch
uh,
that.
that would be really interesting. And so,
Just tr take the Lord of the Rings and drop them in modern day, just see how well they react.
well, drops the one ring into the chicken fire.
Oh
I'm
no.
just kidding. Anyway, so side note, sorry. Netflix promises to keep Warner Bros. Movies in theaters if it wins deal to buy the company.
Mm.
Now, here's the thing. Kudos to Netflix.
We
I
were just
think,
shitting on them 2 seconds ago, but
well, but here's the thing. I think that this is, I think that this is kind of a lie, and I'll explain why. I think what they're going to do is I think they're going to,
they will like let Warner Bros. Do their thing for 4 years, and next they'll throw all their stuff on streaming.
no, I think it's going to be different. I think it's going to be like 2 week theatrical releases followed by Netflix.
Well, I mean
Like,
they already do that.
correct. But I'm saying I think they're
But
going to do
there's
it with,
contract. But the thing is, they can't. So the way that I see it, if this is, let's say, if let's take this like fully honestly true. If it's fully honestly true, great. But the way I probably see them going about it, the problem with what Warner Bros. Is already putting out, there's already contracts being made that they're going to be theatrical releases. So Netflix
correct.
is gonna allow those ones to get their fully like theatrical releases, and next whatever under
Correct.
Netflix control, they'll do whatever like they'll do the 2 week releases. And so,
Absolutely. But here's the thing. That doesn't mean that they won't do it moving forward.
mhm.
So,
um,
um, so it says, theatrical performance of Conjuring Last Rites, Superman Weapons, grossed more than 750 million. They have a robust and strong slate of motion pictures for 26 and 27. Um, Upcoming titles, a third installment of the Gremlins franchise. Why as to what reason?
See,
I'm
this is why theaters of change are dying because you morons want to make sequels to freaking everything or remake them.
well,
Ah,
and The Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum.
that might make $500 million. I don't know if that would do well though.
Well, I don't even know. I I
Well,
thought that.
Is Gollum going to be the main focus?
Well, I mean, I would imagine so because it's the hunt for Gollum. I would imagine that it's going to be in between. So it's got to be in between.
Hobbits and Lord of the Rings
No. So
because
I actually think
because he dies in the third one. So is it going to be, but and next between the first, he's not in the first one, is he? He is introduced in the second one, right?
so. It would have to be. So if we're thinking about Lord of the Rings, I have to think about this for a second. So you have. Let's think of the timeline.
Hmm.
So The Hobbit. Okay.
Because it could take place before the Hobbit movies, or it could take place between the third Hobbit film and the first Lord of the Rings film, or the first two Lord of the Rings films. Because he's not introduced until the second one, right? He doesn't show up until the second one. I don't even know if he's even mentioned in the first one.
Um. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Let's see. Let's see. I'm. Let's see.
Yeah, Gollum's in the first Lord of the Rings. So,
No, I do know that. So
you know what they should do is just they should adapt the Gollum game into a movie.
it's so weird. Um, let's see. Okay. All right. So we're going back in time really quick. Okay. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Years of the trees. All right. Everybody, I am going through the timeline of Middle Earth because why not? All right. So, Last Alliance. Okay. So, all right. So, okay. So Sauron is defeated, and then the creation of the Shire happens, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It probably says somewhere what the film's going to be about.
Yeah. And then Bilbo meets Gollum under the Misty Mountains and finds the One Ring. Okay. Okay. So 13 dwarves and Gandalf arrives at Bag End. Bilbo learns of the Lonely Mountain and Smog and agrees to accompany the dwarves and Gandalf on their adventure. Okay, so basically you're thinking that that Sauron is killed, so
Mhm.
the battle takes place. Shire's born. Hobbit happens. Hobbit happens right here. During that time, Gollum has the ring somewhere in between, and then Bilbo meets Gollum sometime after the thing of the Hobbit. And
Mhm.
then, so, I mean, it's very interesting because you're thinking like,
Well, this is what Google says what the film is actually going to be about. It says Aragorn's quest to find Gollum before Sauron does, set between the events of The Hobbit and the Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I was gonna say I was right
Yeah.
between the Hobbit and the Hey everybody. I didn't even I'm over here pulling up the official Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's like you could just
And
Google it
bro
and see.
just Googles the summary of the movie. If that isn't how we prepare for these, that's like literally our
Well, by the way, that's not the topic. So that's the reason why it doesn't really, that's why I don't have anything pulled up about that. But
go Carson. But
yeah.
anyway, long story short, as to whether or not Netflix keeps it, doesn't do it, when Netflix sees money signs, they're gonna keep doing it, and they're gonna
Yeah.
do what Netflix is gonna do. They just are.
I mean, like I see if I, but if we take what they say to heart about buying Warner Bros. And just keeping, if they do what Disney does with Century Studios when they when they acquired them the rights from them, and they just keep it like their own thing, but yet Netflix is still like their kind of like their boss that they have to report to every once in a while, but they still have their own agendas and they still have their own schedules and all that, and they still do these theatrical releases and allow Warner Bros. To take their 100 years of like movie catalogs and put and update them to 4K like they've been doing lately, then great. This makes me a little bit less worried about Netflix acquiring the rights of Warner Bros. It still doesn't make me want them to be the number one person for the for Warner Bros. To get them for them to get Warner Bros. But it makes it a little bit better.
Correct. Which is
And
fine.
so, but yeah, we'll see. That's kind of the next topic. We'll get a little bit more into the Warner Bros. Bids talk. So I think we talked enough on at least this side of the subject. So let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below on that matter. Moving on to this. So since if you guys have been living under a rock, the only literally the past 10 minutes. But for the past couple of months, Warner Bros. Has been up for bids. And now, just today, the bids are finally in. Like today was like the final day for to put in their offers from Paramount, Netflix, Universal, Apple, I think also threw in a bid.
Did they?
It might just be Paramount, Comcast, and Netflix.
I was
App
like, Apple
Apple
did not.
wouldn't be a bad choice, but
I was like, Apple didn't, did they?
no, it's just Paramount,
I was like,
Comcast, and Netflix.
that was
But
far left. I did not remember reading that.
yeah, no, I have inside uh sources, guys. You don't know. Apple already has the rights, by the way. Um, so do you want to read off the offers? Because I
Yeah.
believe they put in the offers.
I was reading the dollar amounts. I think it said the highest
I know that Paramount is the highest one, I believe, at 71 billion.
60 billion.
It's like
Yeah.
yeah, 71 billion. And next is Universal coming second, or is it Netflix that comes in second?
Uh, I don't remember. I don't think they disclosed all three of them. I think it just said that the highest one was over
Was
60.
Yeah, I think it was Paramount that with the highest bid. So I'm still not too sure if my choice either way, no matter what, I think Warner Bros. Should stand on its own. I don't think they should bid in general. Um, I think the best choice would be Comcast, Universal. I think honestly, out of the three that are bidding, Universal would be the better choice because at the moment we don't know what Paramount is with the new merger with Skydance, because we don't know what Skydance is doing right now with Paramount because we haven't seen any movies from them. We're still getting like the old Paramount movies out at the moment. So I think Universal would be the better choice because Universal and Warner Bros. Already have a good bond when it comes to their theme parks. Like like a lot, like they have Harry Potter at Universal Studios and all that. So it's like they can take more of Warner Bros's IPs and make more rides out of it. I think that would be cool. So that's where I'm thinking about it. And Universal is already a theatrical studio. they'll keep doing theatrical releases and physical media, of course. And so,
My gosh, physical media, bro. Had to throw
yeah.
that in there. I knew it was coming.
Well, so
So,
I think that would be my choice. But it's very interesting for sure.
so it was interesting. I went and looked because I was curious. Um,
But didn't they say like why they like what their offers were?
yeah. Let's see. They basically are looking for north of $30 a share. So
Hmm.
they're looking for 70, over 70 billion.
I think Universal would sell off. I forget who. I remember reading it somewhere. It's either Universal or Netflix that will sell off all the TV stuff that Warner Bros. Has besides HBO Max.
Yeah, that would be that would be pretty good. Let's see. Warner Bros. Annual gross profit decline. Let's see. Gross a year. I always like looking at the 3 billion, 16. Interesting. I was looking to see if we could find out any of their trends.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm looking to see if we can find out their profit margins, operating income, all those different things. So
The ultimate fate of Warner Bros., home of the fabled Warner Bros. Studios, prestige TV powered HBO News, Pioneer, CNN, and DC Comics, has been the topic across Hollywood in recent weeks. Paramount has been in the pole position in the race, uh, in part because its bid is for the entire company, including its portfolio of struggling cable networks. That's that's funny to say. Um, Netflix and Comcast are after the studio and streaming parts of the media. So that basically right there already sums up what they're offering. So Paramount would keep everything together, while Netflix and Comcast will sell off all the TV stuff, which is what I said. And so that's what that is. But you're looking for numbers. I don't think they've said
I
anything
was curious,
numbers.
honestly, but there wasn't anything.
So out of the paragraph I just read, which one do you prefer then getting?
Honestly, I think at this point, probably Paramount. I don't think Netflix would do a good job, and Comcast has always ruined things for me. I just feel like Comcast is old and retread, and like Paramount, I think would probably add the most to offer and have the most consistent in terms of writing,
Hmm.
in my
So
opinion.
you haven't been liking Universal's movies? You're telling me that you're not looking forward to Five Nights at Freddy's 2?
No.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's a weird position because Paramount is entering a new phase, so that kind of makes me a little bit worried because we don't know what that new phase is. Netflix, they're a wild card, like I just said before. And the reason why I'm saying Universal is from the theme park side, but yet they still let Warner Bros. Be Warner Bros. Do their own thing. Don't touch them. It's just that you have the rights to them, and so you make money off of them. That's all the way I see it. And so
Yeah.
I think that should be with any of these studios that buy them. And so, but I'm curious when we'll even hear what happens. I don't know if it will be next month or tomorrow after we record this.
I
I
never.
I hope that's not the case. Like, do we just throw it up and like, yeah, Paramount got it. Why are you guys like 2 weeks late? Um, but yeah. Anything else you want to throw in?
No, this one's difficult because we basically just have to wait to see what they announce. It said they should know something as early as December.
Hmm.
So, we're gonna know probably within the next month, month and a half. And
Yeah,
then
we'll be back to talk about it
it
then.
takes about a year for regulators to pass to see if it passes antitrust or mergers,
Uh,
mergers and
mergers. Yeah.
yeah. So
like Disney and Fox.
Fox,
Uh Fox
yeah.
News.
So
But yeah, let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. And so I'm gonna hand off the rings to Carson.
the best person on the planet. Just kidding, Jeff.
Yes.
All
And
right.
so are you gonna review the movie that we watched last night or just the
What would you like me to do it?
yeah, I mean it'll give you something to talk about if you want to do it.
So I could.
Okay. Okay, so we rewatched I rewatched the movie. It was his first time viewing. We did an audio commentary. You should be expecting it when is this going up? When's this actual episode going up? I don't know the dates
What are you gonna
anymore.
name? Actually, I'm curious what you're actually gonna name it.
I'm just gonna say like, Shelby Oaks commentary, audio commentary. Spoilers. So yeah, we rewatched Shelby Oaks. I rewatched Shelby Oaks last night with Carson for a topic that's after he reviews after his review section. And so this episode will go up on the 24th. So that audio commentary will go up on December 4th, on December 1st. And not only that, I will throw up our normal commentary, like the commentaries that you see on the channel as well, like, with with our faces on it and next to the movie or the show playing in the background while we commentate over it. That will go up that same Saturday week as well. So, you get the full audio commentary side and the actual kind of the shortened version commentary on the YouTube channel side. So that's kind of how I'm gonna go with it. See how that goes. And maybe going forward, I might do more stuff like that where I'll take the audio comment, like I'll take it like our full commentary and just throw it up on YouTube. And I'll probably throw it behind that YouTube join button to give that like a reason for people to do it type of deal. And so you can see what I took out and left out, and you can just get more content out of that. I will have to be a little bit more PG-13. I'll have to be a little bit more careful on what I say for that to happen. So, you might not see that for everything if I go off the walls. So, because I do take some things out. I'm like, okay, no, that has to go out. So, but yeah, you can review that if you want, or you can let people go out and check those videos out instead. But I say you can review it. I don't have a problem with it because people are going to want to see our reactions anyways and the jokes that we make.
I feel like, yeah, I just feel like it's hilarious. So, yes, I already know. I just know it. It's just too funny. So, all right. Yes, I will do that one first, and then I'll do the second one afterwards. So, no, we had the opportunity to watch Shelby Oaks. Um, I think we both agreed that we would give it probably a 5.5 out of 10, which is tracking with about what honestly, what Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb as well as Letterboxd, all of them are actually truly showing. Um, we both agreed that just overarchingly, stories about a sister that goes missing. She's with some friends in a cabin in the woods. They're basically early YouTubers that are, I'm trying not to give away too much, uh, going
That
around
that's like
trying to,
the that's just like the subtitle, like the
okay,
what the
good, good, good.
synopsis. So
Yeah, more or less, they're trying to find entities or like paranormal activity within, this town, Shelby Oaks, and all these different places. Uh, all of a sudden, they disappear, and then they're found dead. A few of the friends are found dead. She goes missing. 12 years later, the older sister is now in a documentary, and she's basically explaining what happened, like very sad, talking about how she's still looking, the police have stopped looking for her, and like how she's really sad about this. And then a guy comes up to the door, says, "She finally let me go," shoots himself, or unalives himself. I'm sorry, I forgot the verbiage that they use now. Um, and
Yeah.
then that's it. And then it's, she gets this tape and it reveals like and it unwinds this whole basically story of how she's trying to find her sister. Um, there's some, I would say, writing that Austin and I both agreed that just doesn't really align with I guess what the storyline was trying to project or get through. Um, it basically feels like we're going in this huge circle, and I felt like we sat in a car and the car went to drive and the wheels were spinning, but we never went anywhere. Like that's genuinely how the story felt. Um, there were some creepy scenes. Like they did, I felt like some of the cinematography was good. It felt very dark. There was some weird stuff. There was some really bad, there was like one or two bad CGI scenes where I was like, what is going on? But I thought for a first film, overarchingly, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
You could definitely tell it was low budget. I mean, the acting wasn't bad. I thought
Camille
um,
Sullivan.
yeah, I thought Camille Sullivan was great. Keith David was great. Um, Sarah Dern, I think is the younger sister's name.
Mm.
In real life, I thought she was really good too. Overarchingly, I thought that it was good for what it was. The husband of the older sister, you really hate him. I will say there was one scene at the very end that, that Austin and I were just like, "What is going on?" Like, I think if they would
It
have
go
removed,
it goes
if
from 100 to 1,000 in
yeah,
that scene.
I feel like if they just would have removed that one scene, I probably would have given it a six. Genuinely.
Mm. Well,
Like
it's
it,
just like if for some reason the movie has two different endings.
wait, does it really?
It feels like that. I
Oh,
won't spoil
oh,
it, but like because
I
like
you meant like it was like they had like
yeah,
an extended cut that I missed. But
no,
it
no.
really does. You sat here and you're like, wait a second, we did all that for that?
Yeah.
And
And next the explanations that you do get, you don't really get any.
no. And
It's
I almost feel like you wasted a bunch of time because of how it ends.
well, we
Look,
didn't waste any time. We made content out of it.
we did make content out of
Yeah.
it. And it was a good time. There's
Yeah.
some good jokes in there. And I'm not saying that because I think we're funny. I just think we had
You
such a good time just laughing
yeah.
about it. There were some parts where I'm like, this lady is trying to die. Like
Yes. She's
she's
stupid.
like, she's like, I'm just gonna go walk inside this obviously abandoned.
Prison.
There's a prison and there's definitely an evil entity in here. I mean, like, hello.
Yeah.
And she knows that this evil entity exists. Like, she's not an idiot. So,
Well, she is.
well, obviously, yeah. No, I thought overarchingly, if you're looking for,
I
it's
like this is what I say because like get on Fandango at home, it's $10 to rent. Give it a shot, rent it while listening to our commentary as well at the same exact time. So you're getting something out of it.
shameless plug, shameless plug.
Yeah. It's like you're it's like help out Chris Stuckman and also help out me, you know. The difference is mine is free. So it's just
Well,
so
actually, not really, because they're paying the $10 to then
to
watch you at the same time.
yeah, that's true. Well, you don't have to. It just might be better. Um, so
Kidding. No,
yeah.
we had fun. I had fun. If you want to watch a movie where,
You
you know,
can
it was kind of funny. It felt
I
like one of those horror comedy movies.
it was a lot more funny to watch it with someone while watching it by myself in the theater. I'm like, it's like I'm just brain dead while watching it. I'm like, this is like I'm bored out of my mind. But at least like like able to make jokes about it with someone else. It makes it
Yeah,
more entertaining in a
yeah.
way. And so, but yeah, drop the give it give it a little bit of support. Drop $10 on it and listen to our commentary. If not, you can always wait for the video version of the commentary as well. And so there's going to be multiple ways of going about it, but I say give it if you want to give it a shot and support it, it doesn't hurt to drop $10 to rent. It's actually not bad.
No.
It used
And
that used to be the buy price, but not anymore.
and I think this is one of those movies that you spend $10, have three, four, five of your closest friends come over. You get some popcorn, not AMC.
Yeah.
Um, get some of your favorite candy, sit down, turn off the lights, and just like I mean, you're just making jokes and just having fun. Like that's one of this is what that movie is. And so I would highly encourage it. And yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I have to be honest, I thought I was gonna hate it, and I was like, oh, Austin's asking me to watch this dumb movie, and this is gonna be lame. I had a ton of fun. So
You probably would have hated it if you watched it by yourself.
oh, 1,000%. I would have been like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
So but part of the fun of seeing movies is being able to talk about them after. Um, like movies are an art, and even if it's not my favorite art, being able to go and talk about them and enjoy them with other people is what makes movie and content great. So there's a reason that Austin is almost at the 6,000 subscriber count. It's because people see the art and enjoyment of being able to talk and enjoy them with other people. So
If you agree or disagree. And
yeah.
so,
Or drop that comment and like
yeah.
and subscribe.
If not, if you haven't already in this 3.5 hour podcast, do it now. It's like it's be funny if someone just watched this whole entire like long episode, be like, you know what, that was great. All right, bye. It's like, what you sat through the whole entire thing and you didn't even drop a like and not even subscribe.
And you didn't rent the amazing
And
Shelby Oaks.
it'd be,
Terrible.
honestly, it was honest. That's honestly not a great title for a movie for what it was surrounding.
I felt like it was a person's name. I was
Yeah,
like, is this a tree? Is this a
it should have just been called Mia.
oh, that would have been worse. I would have thought it was about like a doll. Like,
Or
uh,
a dog.
yeah. But nope. And then the one other one that I wanted to talk about that is now rated at 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is amazing,
Mm,
is Death by Lightning. It is a drama docu-series on Netflix that released, I think it was November 5th or 6th. I think it actually released on election day. Um, it follows the story of James Garfield. It has Matthew McFadden, Michael Shannon. It has Nick Offerman, Bradley Whitford, Shea Wiggum, and I think there's one or two other people that people would probably recognize. Um, Laura Marcus, Twopence Middleton. So like some pretty heavy hitters, at least from TV and movies. And it was excellent. Oh my goodness. So it follows like the drama of President James Garfield, who, if you're unfamiliar, is assassinated and more or less he never wanted to be president. He goes to the Republican convention. They're trying to nominate Ulysses S. Grant or President Grant for a third term. But there's people that don't want President Grant to be nominated again. And the reason why is because President Grant is basically giving concessions or cabinet positions to his best friends. So a common political practice, especially in the 1800s, was I become president, I give all of my political appointee positions to friends who are not qualified in any capacity because they're just my besties. So like I become president, I make Austin my chief of staff, or I'm sorry,
I
not
don't
chief,
I don't want to.
make Austin my secretary of state because, he was, donated to my campaign or, stumped for me.
I was threatened to.
I'm sure.
Mm.
And so more or less, they just didn't want him to be candidate. And so it was split between three Republican nominees. Well, none of them could get over the super delegate or delegate count, not super, excuse me, delegate count to win. Um, well, all of a sudden, a bunch of people started putting delegates to this fourth candidate, in this case, James Garfield. Well, they started picking candidates from the other three. Well, one dropped out, then it was James Garfield. Then they started picking more. Well, eventually, after numerous rounds of voting, James Garfield ended up having enough votes to be the Republican convention's um, uh, nominee for president. And so he accepts the nomination. His vice president gets chosen by more or less his party leaders. Um, it's not somebody that they would have picked it. They actually did it to piss off or like really aggravate Conklin, who is a senator from New York, who basically is like rot in the party. He's one of those people who picks all his political appointees and based on power and friendship and money and everything. And so they do it to basically like chop him off at the knees. And then he eventually goes on to win the election. And then James Garfield um, gets assassinated or shot. Sadly enough, James Garfield more than likely would have survived um, had the doctor who worked on him not um, uh, more or less dug inside the wound and infected it because he didn't sterilize the tools in his hands before doing so. His name was Dr. Bliss. And so, jokingly, the newspaper said ignorance is bliss. That's not where the saying comes from. It came prior to that. But that was something that came out in the newspaper as well as Dr. Bliss, ignorance is bliss. And so he was ignorant. And prior in the Civil War, 20 years prior or whatever, or 15 or 20 years prior, there were quite a few people that had actually survived where if they would have left the bullet where it was and it healed, it probably would have been better off to leave the bullet where it was. And James Garfield could have very well survived his wounds. So um, one thing that's interesting is President Garfield was a really good person. It is a lot of historians say that it's very difficult to say whether or not his presidency would have been good because he was shot so early on. But in a short amount of time, he was able to actually basically eliminate that type of politicking where people selected cabinet members and appointees based upon that he basically got Conklin, like destroyed everything about Conklin. So um Conkling, excuse me. So who's played by Shea Wiggum, who does a really good job. You don't like him. So um yeah, it's fantastic. I was really impressed. They're about an hour a piece long episodes, and period piece is
Longer
really
than a
good.
Disney show?
What did you say? Sorry.
Longer than a Disney show?
I can't hear you.
What? Longer than
Where'd
a
you
Disney?
go?
I'm uh it says I'm talking here.
Oh no. I can hear you now.
Hello?
Once. Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay. I was making a joke about how it's longer than a Disney show.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
longer than a Disney show. But no, it's really good though.
Yeah.
And that was a good joke, by the way.
Yeah, it would have been more funny if something was working, but
Yeah,
huh,
it is what it is. Sometimes technology.
gotta
Uh,
love it.
but no, it's called Death by Lightning. It's excellent. I would genuinely give it a 9 out of 10. So good. So highly recommend. And everything I explained, it doesn't really give anything away. It's a docu-series. It's a documentary about
Well,
his
I mean, it's been well known for a while.
it's a documentary series.
So,
So it's about historical events.
yeah.
Um, yeah. So that's Carson's Corner. Two really good solid options. And it's a really good way to, help out and see things that are good. So yeah.
Well, let us know your guys' thoughts on both of those, Shelby Oaks and what was the name of the show? Or the documentary?
I lost your I can't hear you again.
At this point, I might as well do silent language.
Now you're oh, I can hear you again.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's
Like
so weird. You were
just
like,
do this now. Just like do silent language. But
Just start dancing.
what the frick? Hold on. Let me try. No? How about now?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it could be just a wire issue and not a connection issue. But so yeah, let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below on Shelby Oaks. And what's the name of the show?
It's called Death by Lightning.
Death by Lightning. So, but yeah, moving on to our question of the month. Is film criticism at risk? Is it dying? And
Good
so
question.
here's the thing. I get a lot of hate for saying I like something or I don't like something. You know, you get called racist for not liking Sinners like everyone else, or you get or called a racist because you didn't like the Smurf movie because it's like you don't like blue people. I like
Wait,
Avatar.
I've never. What?
You know, I sent you the comments of that one. It was a weird rant debate. It turned into like 200 to 300 comics of talking to this one person about how I was racist to Smurfs. I don't know. It's weird.
Something.
But so here but yeah, I get a plenty of hate. I haven't gotten a lot of hate lately. Uh, I've been lucky to miss some of the blowback on certain things that other people have been getting, but I still gotten plenty of hate this year, when it comes to not liking something or am liking something. I think criticism, I think there is some risk that having an opinion on something. Because it's like you say one thing, someone gets their feelings hurt, and it's like, how dare you say dish? Don't how why would you say that? They worked very hard on that film. They worked very hard by giving us shit. I
Uh,
great, good job.
oh no.
And so like it's just I don't know. Like I don't get that type of mindset. And I think it's I don't know if it's growing, but it's been a lot. I think it is allowed. I think that's a minority group of people and people are allowing their voice to be heard a lot louder. I think that's what it is, really, what it's gotten to. I think their voice and a lot, and this can you can take this into really anything if it's politics or whatever. Like there's now groups out there that think that their voice matters in everything. And this is kind of becomes one of those things. And it's like my opinion matters. Fortunately, no, it doesn't. I don't have to give a shit about your opinion, but if you're polite about it, I will. But if you're rude, I won't. So that's kind of like where I'm at on it. Because I saw someone talking about this, and this is the reason why we watched Shelby Oaks. Because there is a lot of there is like when it comes to like YouTube critics, there's a lot of people praising that film and saying it's good. I'm like, uh, w wait, what? Is it because is his first time film making film, so you don't want to be too harsh on him? Is that why?
Sure.
It's or is it because you're a really huge fan of him, so you want to be a supportive of it no matter what? It's the same thing with Markiplier's Edge of Sleep. I showed you the comments I got from that. It's like, and I shown you videos of people being super positive on that show, and I'm like, that show is about nothing. It's like,
Yeah, that was not that great.
and so it just seems like a lot of people don't want to be negative. They don't want to be called being like, they don't want to be like the party pooper. And so it's like, are you being a party pooper by being honest?
Yeah. So you bring up a lot of interesting points, and I want to tackle each one a little differently.
Hmm.
First and foremost, is film criticism at risk? I would say that a lot of things are at risk today. There is this idea that when you come to an open forum or an open debate, that you can share your opinions and your ideas, but you share it in anticipation that you share that without the anticipation of reciprocation
Yeah,
or
like
the
getting
idea that
feedback.
yeah, that you're not going to get back pushback,
Yeah.
or that your idea is going to be the generally accepted and understood idea, or that you're going to be in the majority.
Mhm.
And it's okay to be in the minority or to have
I mean, like I'm in the minority of not liking Sinners, so
and,
uh,
and and that's okay. I mean, film criticism is different. Like that's something where, like we've talked about, it's an art. People have opinions. People believe certain things are good versus not good. Some people just have preference. Now, there's certain things that are genuinely unacceptable. So hating on something because of somebody's
for
sex,
views or
race, religion,
well, the thing is, like straight up hate. Like
un
the number one thing that gets views is roasting, like ranting about something.
sure.
That's like the like because people see that like when you put it in your thumbnail or your title, rant, that makes people like, oh, this guy has something to really to say something about this. I want to click on it, and so it always gets someone's attention. So you have people that do it for the clicks, but are also that are honest. But you have people that do it for the clicks just straight up for the clicks. And so, and it's like if you're someone that straight up just wants to do that, I I'm not really a big fan of you. Um, just be to
Well,
be honest.
we shouldn't be ranting for the sake of ranting. We should be looking at a film holistically and then judging it based on its merit. Why was it created? What about it is good? And then looking at other films in its class or other films that it compares to. Or
Like, are you helping since Shelby Oaks is the reason why we're talking about this? Are you thinking if you lying about that you liking about the film is helping Chris Stegman anymore grow as a filmmaker?
I don't think lying about his film makes him a better filmmaker. What I do think helps is that I think that you can provide him good feedback without being negative and tearing him down.
Yeah, like putting
And
him down. Yeah.
to say that his film was really good for a first time film, I genuinely do believe that it was very,
I think it looks good for a first time film.
I do too. I really
I
do.
don't think it's a good film though for a first time film.
Agreed.
And
I think
so,
the writing was terrible. And it's sad because I thought that the actors were good enough to produce something much better, had the
yeah.
writing.
And it's kind of a little disappointing from a guy that has been building up this whole entire time to want to be a filmmaker, and this is kind of what you get from it. And so it's like because he built from, you know, being a movie critic and being a movie like being an interest in movie and wanting to make a movie. And so when you put that out there and when you come out with your own movie, there's a lot of expectations to be thrown at it. It doesn't matter how big the budget is. You're gonna you expect greatness from it no matter what. And so, and that's
Well,
just not what you got.
and the other issue that I have, and I don't know how true this is, but I went and read the comments because I'm always interested in that. One of the comments said that in particular, he had stated that jump scares were lazy and shouldn't be used.
Hmm.
He used them in his movie.
Yep.
So it's very difficult when you
I
trans
said this in our commentary where he criticizes things and used it. And so,
correct. And it's very difficult when, and we talked about this yesterday as well. It's very difficult when you transition from the person who's eating the food to now the person who's cooking,
mhm.
because you now recognize how difficult it is to cook the steak
Yeah.
rather than cut it up and eat it and judge it. And so I want to be gracious enough to recognize that he has to transition and now understand that and see the craft for what it is.
And hopefully take back fair criticism.
Absolutely.
And yeah.
But then I also don't want it to be something where we just go, well, guy's a YouTuber, so 10
Mm.
out of 10.
Yeah. I followed him for 10, 20 plus years. I don't want to hurt his feelings, so it's like,
Well, it's not fair. We we
no.
don't we don't give people a pass just
Especially
because.
if you personally know them as well.
Correct.
Like a lot of people, like if I show someone something, I hope that they're being honest and just not just because, oh, I'm your friend, I'm gonna be nice, you know.
Correct.
And so,
Well, and the really annoying thing, they do this in award ceremonies, and it always drives me crazy, is when you know that an actor should win an award like year after year. Like for instance, Leonardo DiCaprio could probably have won five or
40.
six Academy. Like he genuinely could have won all these awards. They haven't let him win. Well, they've
Well,
let
he won the Revenant one.
he won once, which I
Yeah.
think was his worst film that he could have won for.
I still think it's a good film and good performance.
Correct. But
But
compared to
I think he should have done Titan like one for Titanic or Departed or something like that. But
eh, he could have won for lots of other films.
yeah.
And so I go and look and I go, okay. And then people use the excuse, oh, well, it was that person's time to win.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Was yeah.
Everybody's judged on the same plane. So when we look at directors, I don't care if you are a YouTuber, I don't care if you've been in the business for 30
I don't
years.
care if you're Stephen King, like or not Stephen King, Steven Spielberg, you know.
And everybody goes, oh, well, it goes based on experience. Well, yeah, that's fine. But when we talk about standards and when we talk about like what we expect, we're talking about we want to see the same themes.
Hmm.
Well, I expect the same product from a $4 million film as I do a $400 million film? No. But I expect to see the same themes and effort and like movement in the right direction.
Well, it's like you when you look at a Disney like well, okay. Uh, I mean, budgets are still kind of this is just like a general kind of example, not fully because budgets still have a requirement. I'm still gonna treat a Disney remake the same way as I will treat a first time filmmaker with a low budget. It doesn't really matter. If the story is not interesting, I'm going to say that. If the story is good, I will say that. I haven't really done that with any Disney remakes, but I like, it's like
It's so true.
I like that's how I just look at things. And so and that's why another thing whenever anyone in the film like when anyone that's why I always take a grain of salt when anyone in the film industry says something is good or some because it's like are you saying that because you want to get the next job and you don't want to lose any connections like and that's more of like the higher ups not really the lower class like the C film class people it's more like the B and like A it's like those are the ones like you should take a grain of salt whenever they like go support this film is actually really great it's
Yeah.
like you just want to get the next job you don't want to lose that sponsorship or whatever or that gig and so because like you're not going to have another director like Spielberg bash on another director for
No, wouldn't.
unless you're Quintino uh Tarantino um or Scorsese you're not if you're not at third level of like that literally like changed film and like made all these like great artsy film those are honestly the only two directors that will get away with from crapping on other people's work.
Oh, 1,000%.
And so, yeah.
Because of their stature and who they are.
Mm. So it's all like that like this the industry is just about kissing other people's butts and just saying like yeah being a yes man. You're great. You're the best thing ever even though you made 20 films that flop Disney. You're so great. Uh, and so which speaking of flops, but we'll get to that soon. But yeah, I think that's pretty. I think I want at some point I wanted to make a whole entire topic around this subject because we always it's always brought up, and next we briefly talk about it. It's never had its own like kind of subject in the episode. And I think we pretty much covered our whole entire thoughts on this matter. I don't know if this will ever get brought up back again without repeating ourselves, but at least now I can make individual film like a video on this subject and put it out there and point that to somebody like and like have that like be something I can point to. And so, but is there really anything else to add?
No, I think for me, the overarchingly to kind of bring the point home,
Hmm.
when you look, if you're gonna criticize something, look at it from this perspective of every point. If you're gonna say something and say something negatively about someone,
Mm.
something, whether it be something they're passionate about, if it's their job, if it's about their looks or their person, look at it from the perspective of like the heart, the energy, and how it's going to impact. There's a better way to say things, and some things just don't need to be said at all. And so, is film criticism at risk? No.
I think the opinion of I think that what's at risk is having an opinion on something is at risk.
I think what's at risk is just that people don't know when to say things and when not to say things,
Well, yeah,
to receive them and when not to receive them. And so the
but
that
we are kind of like going into a world of censorship, and a lot of people are their own opinions are being censored because you're not the minority of what people think. And so,
I mean, some things I'm not saying should be censored, but some people are not smart. And so
well, no,
it's like,
like if you're a complete asshole, I think you should, if you want to say that, sure, but then deal with the consequences of what you say. And so that's the
well,
thing. Like if you
I
have an
think,
opinion on something, don't just be a wimp and like, and scary away when someone calls you out on it. Stand by it. Like,
well, that's what I think. I think that the public already does that anyway. When somebody does something that's abhorrent and wrong, people will cancel that person anyhow.
yeah.
So they'll be gonzo, gonzo. So just like when was it Logan Paul who did that terrible thing in
Yeah,
what
I keep hearing that. I honestly forgot what he did. I don't even remember what he did.
that was just the first one that came to mind, and then he got canceled for a while and then came back, and then everybody forgot about that. And it's like, well, those are the types of things where I'm like, I don't know what I don't know. Those are the types of things where I just wonder what people are thinking. But
Yeah.
yeah, so those are my thoughts.
Yeah. Let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below on this question. I think everyone has a right to say whatever they want about just in the subject of film. I think this can be broader into whatever. I think the bigger important thing is that if you this is what I do with every single time I make a video. Can my opinion change on a film? Yes. I like that. Like I play. Like I think there's been plenty of films that I actually did not like at first. I do end up liking now. Um, but then there's been films that I liked at first and don't like now. Like I'm trying to think of a film that I used to like and I just don't like anymore. I don't know if I own it.
Oh,
Um,
Snow White.
yeah, yeah, that would be a great one. Um, you know what? Jurassic Park 3. I don't hate it, but I think at some point in my life, it was like my number one favorite in the Jurassic Park series.
Oh my
This,
goodness.
my kid brain wasn't developed yet. All right. Um, but, and now it's kind of like it's like down there at my like least favorite. It's not you want to know my least favorite one? It's Dominion Rebirth, but it's down there with them. It's just like I don't know. So like that's my opinion over has changed over time with that film. So that's kind of like a good example. Opinions can change, but when you say something, especially in the film, like for like criticizing a film or a show, you stand by it. until you feel like until you've like realized maybe I like my opinion has changed on that, then stand by that opinion. And so
Absolutely.
that's I think if you don't stand by what you say, then I find you to be a little bit of a coward. And that's kind of a bit in anything.
Or or just explain
Well,
why
yeah.
it or why you said what you said.
Yeah.
Or
If you can't explain why you like a movie or hate a movie, then I don't think you should
why you make
say,
a comment. You have the right to say anything you want, but then you also have the right to face all the consequences for what it is that you said or did.
yeah, I could call you stupid if you like Snow White remake. Doesn't like,
That tracks. I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
Yeah. So, and I don't mean that, I don't mean like I hate you as a person. I'm like huge, but that just shows, but that is me thinking of like, you just don't have that good of a taste, and I should not take any film advice or suggestions from you at all. And so, get
And
better
I would,
taste.
and instead of me saying something mean like that, I would say, I genuinely don't understand why you like that film. Whereas you would say
No,
stupid. I
no,
would
I'll
say I
say
just,
stupid.
yeah.
Well, see, that's the commentary side. I wouldn't probably say you're stupid to your face. But I'd be like, I don't know about that. Like, are you sure? Are you sure that, Amelia Press is your favorite film of all time? Yeah, it's a great musical. But yeah, let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Hopefully, by this point, you're not a Snow White or Amelia Perez fan. Um, but moving on to this next topic. So speaking of flops, speaking of not really good films, so director Francis Ford Coppola is selling possessions after mega flop. I mean, megaplop, megalopolis.
Yeah, that movie was
That movie was
what?
That movie was great. What did we just talk about? Calm down, easy. Um, but yeah, so after, yeah, I'm not shocked because that movie was a huge flop. It was like I think it's actually one of the worst movie flops in history. Uh, what was that? What was that? Like, it's so bad that it's not even on any streaming services. It's like you can't actually find it anywhere to watch. That's how bad the movie is.
I don't know what happened.
Uh, it had I didn't think it was that bad. Oh no. Ooh. It had a box office worldwide of 14 million.4.
Not good.
I didn't think it was that bad. It had a domestic opening of 4 million, and it grossed to 7 million.
Yeah, it did not do well, dude. It
Yeah.
tanked.
I thought maybe 20 million. But so it's just like, yeah, like, so after you take the risk, I'll give him credit. He funded the movie himself. And I believe it was Lionsgate that distributed it. And so he funded the movie himself, and he had to go out and find a distributor. So you have to give him credit that, I mean, like, he put the money where his mouth was. It wasn't very good money, but he put it where it was. And so, but the consequences of that, of a film of that huge of a flop, he had to end up selling his island that costs for the worth of 1.8 million dollars. Well, don't worry, you're 136 million dollars there to get that money back. Um, so I mean, like, thoughts on this?
I don't understand. Well, one, first off, what in the world was this man doing? $120 million for this movie?
Yeah, it looked like it was made for 20 million dollars. I think what shot up the budget was the casting. There's so many actors in this movie.
Yeah, what was he thinking? Oh,
I what do you got to add?
I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, one, the movie, when I first saw it, I saw the
I
trailer.
I think I fell asleep for 10 minutes.
I liked Adam Driver in this movie. Like I like Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Like what? And then Aubrey Plaza I like, and then John Voight. There's just like a bunch of random people.
Shao
John
Buff,
Voight's in it too. So
Gusto.
it has horrible reviews. Have you seen the reviews?
I know I am one of those reviews.
Would you give it?
An F. I hated it. It was so boring. It didn't make any sense. It's just
Somebody said a glorious train wreck.
yeah.
Megalopolis. Ah.
A mega suck. This is it. Yeah, I don't maybe we have to do a commentary on that film. I swear to God, like there's nowhere to actually watch that movie.
A glorious train wreck.
Where to watch. We might have to we might have to use a VPN. Um
Let's see. I saw this in IMAX and
oh,
stream. Oh my goodness. The Q&A was bonkers and spiraled out of control. It was insane.
I can buy it on Amazon for the Blu-ray version. Does it come with a digital code? I don't think it would. See, I'm not gonna buy this movie to own it. I don't know. I'll rent it for $10. Because if I
Every
end
member of this cast feels lost as they deliver some of the funniest line readings you'll ever hear. I think Aubrey Plaza was the only one who knew what kind of movie she was in. Some will appreciate the
well,
scale and
she's
ambition of Megalopolis. Wow, that's funny.
uh,
That's hilarious.
yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
Well, all I'm saying is I'm sorry you had to sell your island. So
I
that's
mean, I'm pretty sure he has plenty of other islands.
I'm sure.
I know
Oh,
you long time for this.
Sorry.
Francis, is that you?
Every time my thing starts playing stuff, it drives me crazy. Everybody, I always have all of our topics open in the background, and it always just starts playing stuff. It drives me crazy.
Uh, I read like just like an article that said it was on Apple. That was a lie. It's so bad that even Apple doesn't want it.
Really?
That's just the funny th like that's the funniest thing. It's like it's so bad that it can't even get any license unless he's just not wanting to license it out, which hurts it even more for making money.
That's so bad.
Because maybe because no one wants to pay for it. I don't know. It's just like Netflix would rather take Halo over this film. That's how bad your movie is. Um, all right. Well, yeah. So, but yeah, I get let us know your guys' thoughts on that. It's sad that a director of his standard has so low in quality. Um, but I mean, it was his own money, I guess. So, yeah, let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Moving on to this topic. So, we knew about Michael Jackson movie for a very long time. It was supposed to come out this previous April, but then it ended up getting delayed because some lawsuits with uh the the estates, the whatever it's called, because they misread their contract and they were going to have a storyline that wasn't actually allowed to be told, which I don't know how they couldn't, I don't know how they knew, I don't know how they made that mistake. Um,
I
so so the movie has been delayed a full year and the ending had to be like I think the third act had to be completely reshot. And so now the movie's supposed to end before that point, before they get to the lawsuits of him interacting with kids and all that. And so, but we finally got a Michael Jackson trailer called Michael. That's the name of the film. You know, and so it was originally planned to be two films. Now at the moment it's just this one film. If it does really well, they'll make the second film. It'll probably and next they'll probably pay off the family and maybe enough to tell that storyline with this money that they'll because let's just be honest, this is $1 billion film. It's going to be a huge hit at the box office because I'm not a big fan of Michael Jackson, but people will go see this movie. Especially the way that especially with the nephew. The nephew looks crazy like Michael Jackson.
oh yeah.
And he sounds like Michael Jackson too, with the, down to the voice. But if they do end up making a sequel, they should call it Jackson. So then when they put out the 4Ks, when you put them side by side, it says Michael Jackson. So you get his full name.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. I do
I think that's a great marketing idea.
I
Sony or Universal, whoever is making this movie, take my idea. It's for free. But I all I ask for is to be invited to the premiere.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but what is your thoughts on the trailers? I mean it showed all his great moments. Um,
Yeah.
the zombie moment and music like the music video for the zombie makeup face part.
Yeah, you see
Uh,
Thriller, you see his moonwalking,
mhm.
you like the Jackson Five. Uh you see a lot of I was interesting. I saw Miles Teller in there, which I had no idea he
I
was in
didn't know
this.
I didn't know he was in this movie either.
Coleman
It's
Domingo. Coleman Domingo's in this film too.
yeah, that's weird. So for my
I love Coleman Domingo's fantastic like that
yeah.
already. Yeah.
So
Um,
it seems like what this movie's gonna. So it seems like from the trailer, it's just showing the his highlights moments from his life, and next. But I'm trying. From what I heard, the movie's supposed to be about his relationship with his dad, which, from my understanding, his dad was very abusive. I don't know if it was sexually abusive, but it was like abusive physically. So it seems like the film's gonna be based around that story of his life. Um, are you looking forward to this film? Like with
you know, um, I'm excited to see how well it does.
yeah,
Uh,
I'm curious to see where people's actual thoughts are with Michael Jackson in current day standards. But it's I think it's going to be $1 billion film
well, I have to go look. What was the best biopic film?
of recent time.
Well,
Uh,
the best ever.
best biopic movie. Lincoln, maybe. I think Lincoln might be the number one. I mean, Hacksaw Ridge, The Blind Side, which I'm waiting for that sequel for the court case. You know,
Oh, Oppenheimer,
is that the most successful biopic?
$912 million.
Biopic movie box office. Are we just talking about like successful or just rating wise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Top highest score. Okay, yeah, it'd be Oppenheimer. Bohemian Rhapsody would be on there as
900.
well.
And American
Ama
Sniper.
yeah. Is the really is great the Greatest Showman is a biopic?
Yeah, isn't it about the Ringling Brothers or whatever they're
I
called?
thought it was like a fictional story though. Interesting. I didn't know it was a biopic. You know, I'm actually looking forward to that Sung Sing movie with Hugh Jackman and I think that would be interesting. Catch Me If You Can, top five, A Beautiful Mind, Pursuit of Happiness, Lincoln, which Lincoln was a Steven Spielberg film, which was
Yeah,
interesting.
I loved Lincoln. That's one of my favorite movies.
I, I don't remember it, but I should watch it again. Sully, which is a good one. Hidden Figures. I love Hidden Figures. I think that's a great one. The Avatar the Aviator, the Leonardo DiCaprio film. Straight Out of Compton. Rocket Man's a great one.
Yeah, Rocket Man was good. I liked it.
So, do you think it will be up there with the top 10 best biopics of all time?
Based on the trailer, yes, 1,000%. I would be shocked if it wasn't. I would be shocked. I mean, we're talking like shocked, shocked.
I mean, the movie still can come out and not be great. Um, but what about success? Like if a Disney remake can make $1 billion, even though you can watch it at home for $20, um, and it's been out for like 50 years, uh, do you think this would be like the successful film, like biopic film of all time?
Yes, I do. I really do. It'll make the most money. I do think it'll make the most money of all time.
Yeah.
Until 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 you have somebody, and I know this sounds terrible, like Taylor Swift pass away.
Yeah, until they make a biopic about her, which would be a very boring biopic because everything will be about, "Oh, I broke it with my ex-boyfriend."
No, but I mean, like, you need somebody that has global stature, like
Yeah.
her, or
I mean, like her freaking
Harry
tour films,
Styles,
didn't her tour films make $1 billion or like almost $1 billion?
maybe Justin Bieber. Like, I
Is
know
he
he has
really,
that.
is he still relevant?
I don't know. I would imagine so, but I mean, like his whole everything about him. I don't know. I mean, you need somebody of like global.
So the Eras Tour movie, unless this is talking about ticket sales, hold on. Because it said it made $2 billion. So yeah, no, it's talking about the movie. So it made uh no, sorry. That's talking about the overall tour. So the movie for a musical, like for a music tour, is the highest grossing one of all time. It made $261 million worldwide. So now imagine a biopic of Taylor Swift, probably triple times that.
Oh yeah, I would venture to say it makes over $1 billion.
They would make a trilogy out of her.
Yeah, I would say she would make it would go easily over that. Um yeah, I don't think there would be maybe maybe one about like
Blink 182?
no
No.
Messi or Ronaldo, like a sports athlete or star, but we're talking
Babe
like
Ruth?
no, it would have to be somebody of global stature. It has to be a soccer player.
Uh,
Or
I
maybe
mean 42 is a pretty successful film.
yeah, but it would have to be somebody that goes beyond American sports culture.
So,
Uh,
well, 42 had a budget of 40 million and made almost $100 million worldwide.
yeah, that's not that much. I mean, you're talking, it would have to be Messi, Ronaldo, maybe a
It would have to be soccer or basketball or football.
yeah, or a tennis player, maybe.
I mean, they already did tennis with Will Smith.
Yeah, but I'm talking like a tennis player that actually is like uh a
Good.
wait, did they do the Williams sisters? Is that what it was?
Yeah, with Will Smith, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, how much
They
did
already
that end?
did that. Let me look. Will Smith.
But was that a biopic?
Yeah,
Was
it was a
that
biopic.
oh,
It was about him coaching his two daughters, or like at least one of the daughters. King Richard.
Oh, okay.
Let me look at what they did at the box office.
I think it wouldn't have, I think it would have been more popular if it was focused around the women. I
It
mean,
it was, but it was more from the father's perspective.
yeah.
It made so a budget of $50 million and a worldwide gross of approximately 39 million. Oh,
And so it lost money.
what when did it come out? Oh, that's why. It came out in November 20 it came out in 2021. So it was still kind of the in the COVID era. I think
Yeah.
if it came out maybe now it could have done a lot better. Well, and yeah, no, if it came out now, the Will Smith slap wouldn't have happened. So,
Ah, yes.
because he won an Oscar off of that film. Um, but yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I think next year will be interesting in just in general for films because as much as I was kind of looking forward to this year, next year there's always something coming out like every 2 weeks. There's always like a big film that's gonna be like very interesting to see. While this year either something was delayed because of the of the writer strike. Did Yeah, the writer strikes happened last year. So a couple of things were pushed back. Um, or just not re or just not really that many good films. And so but I think next year is going to be very, very interesting from the movie sides of things. I'm curious to see what to expect. You have Spider-Man, Avengers Doomsday, Supergirl. I think next year will be exciting. But yeah. Anyway, guys, let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Moving on to this one. So, you know how big a fan I was of the Super Mario Brothers movie? I wasn't, not really. It it
Great movie.
it looked great for an animation film, but honestly, a terrible story. Just not Chris Pratt as Mario. Eh, eh. I I like Chris Pratt, but I think at that point Tom Holland would have been a better choice.
Right.
Uh, so, but that film it of course made $1 billion at the box office. So we're gonna get us and we're getting a sequel called the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So. And it again, it looks great. Like the animation style is great. I mean, and I like Jack Black as Bowser. I think he's the best part about the whole entire first film. He's probably the only good thing about the first one. And so and next him playing Baby Bowser this time around as well. He could have a lot of fun. I I just don't. It just feels like I already can tell from the trailer. It's just fan service. There's not going to be much substance from going in from a movie standpoint.
I think one, sorry, I was rewatching it again because I was interested. One, why?
It made $1 billion. So
Yes. I just the trailer didn't give up much. Did you notice they turned off the comments?
did they really? Was it that bad of negativity?
I have no idea, but they turned off the comments on Illumination and Universal Pictures on the YouTube.
Go to IGN and read their comics. See if because it's very strange. I would expect a lot of positivity around that.
Yep, I got it. No, IGN comments are turned off as well. Wow.
Why?
I don't know. That's crazy.
So are people not happy with the the Super Mario trailer after the last one made $1 billion and people got straight up hate for saying anything negative about it.
So so they
Nintendo of America ones are on.
the Super Mario Galaxy movie title announcement 2 months ago from IGN uh has the comments on,
Well,
but
yeah, but that's not gonna help.
but the actual
So if you go to the Nintendo of America version of the trailer, oh wait, that's 2 months ago. No, hold on, that's the wrong one. Trying to find. Here we go. Okay, yeah. So if you go to the one that was 9 days ago for on Nintendo America,
let's
they have their
see.
comments on. Theaters are going to go crazy when the post-credit scene shows Luigi revisiting a mill, saying he just inherited a mansion. See,
Yeah, a bunch of the comments are turned off and I don't get why.
for Nintendo of America, because I'm reading comments right now on that one. I'm confused because I feel like there'd be a lot of positivity around this, and I'm reading a lot of positivity on their side. Maybe it's just Nintendo because Nintendo
It's
fans are.
Brie Larson's in it.
Is it because of Brie Larson being in it?
I have no idea. I would
I
not be
think is she playing what's that one the girl at the end of the trailer? Is that who her character is?
I would have, isn't she Rosalina? Is she
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, the comments are off. That's weird.
Uh-huh.
Let me I guess there's a couple negative things about it. Nothing that made Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 feel magical. Okay. I don't know. So what is your overall thoughts, I guess, on the trailer?
I just thought it didn't really reveal anything. And it was
No,
interesting.
it's just a teaser trailer.
Yeah, and I wanted to be able to
No,
talk.
it's official trailer. Never mind. Not a
Yeah.
teaser.
And I wanted to talk with people about it, and I'm not allowed to because you turned off the comments.
Um,
So, big fan.
maybe try YouTube Kids. They don't that I don't think they have any comics, but yeah, I mean like positivities it for positives it's the same positives I gave the first one, great animation. Jack Black's great as Bowser, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think I really expect much. Do you feel like it's honoring the games, I guess?
Well, whatever it is, I just was not there. So I don't know. They just
Maybe they're waiting to reveal Vin Diesel to be in the film as Dominic Toretto. Fast and the Furious and Mario crossover. I don't know. I don't really have much thoughts on it at besides those things. Hmm. Any other thoughts, or is that pretty much it?
no, I was looking to see if I could find anything else on it.
Hmm.
No,
Okay.
no. It's weird. There's not a lot. It's like they like silenced the information about it. Do you
Well,
not find
Nintendo is always fair. Eh, they're it's China that's Nintendo, right? Or is it Japan?
Japan?
Japan. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that like the company overall is they're very touchy on people's feelings. Like they don't really like when people say anything bad about them. So I don't know. There was a lot of spam hate in the comment sections, and so they had to turn things off, which I find very odd. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Moving on to this one. So we got another movie trailer. I wish, you know what they should have done? YouTube should have just turned off Disney's channel for this instead of the comment sections of on the Mario trailer. So,
I know. Oh,
so they just revealed the Moana live action trailer, and I don't I don't get it. I s- I don't get this one. I don't. It doesn't make it makes even less sense.
yes.
It's not
Okay.
even a 10-year-old film. This film's going to be coming out when it's 10 years old. And yet they are already remaking it. Now, I did see a theory that it's because because Dwayne Johnson likes to play Maui, so he wants to play Maui. So he's in that age range of like, all right, well, you either do it now or never type of stuff. Um, so I get that theory, but it still doesn't. It doesn't. Besides a money milking standpoint, it doesn't make any sense. And this is a $1 billion film.
No. Also, it looks AI generated.
Well, no, it looks garbage. Like it looks bad. Like it look like the color tone palettes are all over the place. It looks very like the contrast is so bright. It's weird.
Yeah, it looks
Um,
AI. Like her hand in the water doesn't even look like water.
no. Well, but the
On
problem
the
is it's going to make money because people like there's so much positivity around this remake for some odd reason. I don't get it. A lot of people are looking forward to this film. I don't understand. I like when you look into my eyes and creepily lose connection. Oh, there you are. You're back.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Hmm.
Okay. No, it doesn't even look like she's on the beach. It like nothing looks like it exists.
Well, I know, but the problem is it's going to make money.
No.
It's the like the big like the there's so many people excited about this film. The biggest complaint that those people give is that Moana doesn't have curly hair. I gotta tell you, people, there's a lot more issues than Moana than having a curly hair. And it's because that they have like a deep it's because they're really excited that Disney is doing something with their culture and live action form. So they feel, oh, my feelings feel so like, like they feel like they're finally earned something, I guess. I don't know. And I never understand that. And don't say because I'm white. Um, but it's just I don't get it. It's just it's I don't because because a studio makes a movie because it represents you doesn't automatically, yeah, I want you to keep on remaking these and such, and I'm gonna go pay out money for this. It's like there's no point. I've said this 1,000 times. You can literally go out and watch this movie right now on your TV for
I know.
$20 a month.
And I just don't understand why
And if
we didn't need this at all.
No,
It
but what's the number one excuse I hear for these remakes? It's for the new generation. Shut the fuck up about that excuse. That is not a reason for any. I don't. That's the dumbest excuse I've ever heard because it doesn't make any sense. Like making a new animation movie for a new original story is for a new generation, not remaking a story that was told 10 years ago or 20 years ago.
well, and they could just watch it on Disney Plus.
Well, yeah. And it's
That's why
like it's not
I
going to
grew
be
up
any better.
I grew up what 4 years after Lion King came out?
Uh-huh.
No. And I grew up with Lion King, even
I grew
though
up watching Toy Story.
That's what I mean. It's like you don't have to grow up the exact year that a movie came out. You can watch them years later
and
and still,
still like find it to be good or
yeah.
whatever. It's just it doesn't people make up the dumbest excuse for a reason why like I have to give the studio money to go out and watch it. The problem is after the 20th, how many Disney remakes are there? I feel like the hold on.
Okay, well, let's think about this. There's Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Maleficent,
Do we count the sequel to Lion King?
Lion King.
There's 19.
Oh gosh, the
So
live.
so the new one that's going to come out there's makes it 20. So you're telling me after freaking 20 films, most of them most of them sadly did make $1 billion besides Snow White, but but most of them have not been good, at best okay. You're telling me, yeah, I'm going to keep giving money to this. Even the hardcore Disney fan remakers did not go out and watch Snow White. And so it's like I don't it doesn't it frustrates me because creativity is dying. And this is what and this people and this is the biggest problem. Like people say like we want original films. Well, stop letting remakes be the films that make $1 billion. And so when you know for a fact 9 out of 10 they're not going to be good. It's like it's just, I don't, and we're getting that Rapunzel film as well, like Tangle remake, live action remake as well. God, we were eating good when Snow White flopped, and next Leo and Stitch had to make $1 billion.
Yeah. How much did Lilo and Stitch make? I don't even remember.
$1 billion.
Oh,
It's like and because every single time with these remakes, it's always inferior to the original. It's just always is because they have to make changes to the story to make it feel different, but yet they don't actually change the overarching story. They just change moments, and those
oh,
moments ruin.
I forgot the Dalmatian movies, 101 and 102 Dalmatians. I remember those too.
Hmm, yeah, and so like like what and like those little moments that like those little moments just affect the whole entire movie overall. It makes it bad. I guess Lohana means abandon your little sister and go off to college. What? It it doesn't make any sense. Like, and can you tell me anyone that you know in your life that would watch the remake over the original?
Yeah, that's yeah.
I've never ever heard anyone say, "I'm gonna go watch the remake," or "I'm gonna go watch the new Snow White movie over the 1960." How old is Snow White? How old is that film?
1928 probably. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like you never ever hear anyone say that unless they never seen the original. Then well, then you're just brainwashing people at that point. So I don't get it. And this trailer looks bad. It's like, oh look, but the music. Yeah, well, I can go watch the original and listen to the music. To be honest, Moana is not even that great of a film. Like I like it, but it's not even that great of a film. So, um,
I don't like Moana. Bleh.
and it's the sequel is even worse. That's another thing. Yeah, we really want to remake this when we literally had last year the sequel to that animation film.
Yeah, not my favorite either.
Gosh. Um, any other thoughts?
No, all I know is that I don't care about this film.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't feel care about this one.
Nope. Nope. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Goodbye.
Let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Moving on to this Jumanji 4, which people keep forgetting that the Robin Williams film is in this universe. Because like Jumanji 4, I thought this is the third one.
I I always remember I'm like I always think about the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, sad.
I mean, like I do like the the new Jumanji movies. Like the first one in this generation of like with The Rock is actually that one's actually a fun movie. I actually like that one.
I did
Um,
too.
the sequel still fun, not as good. Um, but I'm curious to see how they will wrap things up because now once again Jumanji's coming into the real world, but what makes it interesting than just animals coming into the real world, it's the characters that the kids played are coming to the real world. So now
Yeah.
we will actually get start to see how these characters actually are act, and giving Dwayne Johnson all and the other four cast like Hugh Jackman. You finally see The Rock, uh, Jack Black, Kevin Hart, and what's the girl's name? I forget her name. She played Gamora, not Gamora. She played Gamora's sister. Why am I blanking her name?
What?
The
Karen
girl. Yeah,
Gillan?
she played Gamora's sister.
Oh, I was
Um,
oh, oh yeah.
but yeah, so we'll finally actually see how these characters are actually supposed to act, and hopefully they give them a lot more things to do then, as well as characters and fun performances. That'll be very interesting to see. That's where I'm actually very intrigued about this film, and it's also having the kids also interacting with them as well, having them both there on the same together on screen. Are you looking forward to this? I think the first look of it looks interesting. So,
Yeah, so here's the thing. I always thought I actually really I like the this genre of film.
mhm.
So between Jumanji, um, Disney came out with a Jungle Cruise, which I really liked with Dwayne Johnson in it. Like I like this type of adventure, fun type of film. Um, I actually Kevin Hart, I get really tired of quite frequently. I really
He's
like him in,
he plays the same character over and over.
yeah, but he's good in this film. Same with Jack Black and Dwayne
Yeah.
Johnson and
Well,
Karen Gillan.
Jack Black was the most interesting thing about the first one, playing as like a girl stuck in a man's body.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
I
very
mean,
funny.
they're very good together. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. It's an interesting film premise, and they're just gonna keep coming out with them. I feel like just like Scream, we're gonna have Jumanji 7 here pretty soon,
I mean,
and
like they'll probably reboot it again with new cast members. Because by this point, imagine the Rock's paycheck in the fourth in like a third film in a franchise.
yeah,
It's probably eating up half the budget. So, I mean, like, I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious to see more about it. We only see them like kind of the first look of them, like in a street of, I think,
yeah,
New York. Is that New York that they're in?
yeah, I think it is, or just like a scene.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just the city's kind of destroyed. So, it looks fun. I'm curious to see more about it and actually learn more about it. But let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Moving on to this, I probably should have had this one up with the Netflix stuff, but it doesn't really matter.
it
Um,
looks
what?
no, this looks
Oh,
so excited.
yeah. So like, we have Knives Out 3 around the corner, what's the third one actually called? It's not called like Knives Out anymore, but
Wake Up Dead Man.
okay. And it's called like a Knives Out story. Is that what it is? They're taking like the Star Wars route.
It's like Knives Out, Wake Up Dead Man, and then it's like a religious spin-off take.
Yeah.
It's very,
I like these films because like each film has its own like kind of like mystery genre. Well, they'll take like a new theme around it, and which seems very interesting. So can't wait to see that. I'm actually seeing that on Thanksgiving, so you guys will have like 2 weeks early review on that. I'll go out to Scottsdale to watch that film in a theater. Um, so that'll be fun. I can't
I
wait.
don't even remember what day does it come out.
Uh, November 25th or November 26th. So. But speaking of other Knife Out films, Ryan Johnson, the guy that brought us the greatness of The Last Jedi, uh, that split the fan base, uh, he's been in talks with Daniel Craig already doing another Knives Out movie, which I mean, of course, which I don't, but here's the thing, I don't like when they announce another, like they talk about doing another film before their film about comes out, because then it kind of lessens the main lead's
Sure.
suspense of surviving. Because like you would eventually think like maybe the detective dies and what if Daniel Craig gets murdered in the first 5 minutes of the film, and so someone else has to solve his mystery murder.
I hope not. I love Daniel
I
Craig.
like Daniel Craig, but like what if like that's what you do, and so
I would be very mad and then never watch these films again.
oh, what if it was good though?
I don't care.
Oh,
I like Daniel Craig.
so
I
not
was mad
really.
at a certain series for what they did to Daniel Craig.
Mm. But not really so much details at the moment revealed for this movie. It's just that they know that they want to keep on doing more. And I would like them to keep doing more if they can find out, like if they can find new ways and fun ways to make mystery films.
I see
Just
this is
don't get Adam Sandler because then it sucks.
this is the type of series where I don't mind that they change them. Murder mystery series, you can do
You could
tons
do
of
a
them.
lot of things.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think of books.
Mm.
You can
They could do
change,
like a movie like like theater surrounded like murder mystery.
correct.
That would
They
be
have so
fun.
many options. So rather than it being like Scream 85
Yeah.
or
Where
Dynasty,
it's the same killer every single film, just a different, just a different wearing the mask.
I don't know, Jurassic Park World Dominion 711 G1000, where they, oh
Somehow
no,
Rexy has returned.
we created another evil dinosaur that we shouldn't have. And by the
Yeah,
way, we put children on this island. And
and
now,
these dinosaurs' blood can make a cure out of
yeah,
cancer.
and we should have never have been here. Oh no, now our boat died. And
And now
this,
we're gonna adapt this part of the book into the movie, because then that'll be the only best part of our movie.
and oh, by the way, this dinosaur can rip helicopters out of the air. And the helicopter missed the dinosaur that was as large as like a five-story building.
Yeah, you didn't hear it from like 500 miles away.
Yeah, I just,
It's such a huge ass dinosaur. It's like, how'd you not hear that thing?
that was one of the worst parts of that entire movie. I was like,
I mean, it's a cool shot, but it didn't really make any sense.
thank you. It was a cool shot, I won't lie. It was so funny. So
But yeah, hey, if Knives Out 3 turns out to be really good, which I have high hopes that it actually is, give me more. Keep bringing them on. Bring them all.
I agree.
Make this his, like, make a universe out of this. I don't know. Do
I
what
agree.
It'll be more entertaining than Disney and what they're doing with Star Wars.
Thank
So
you.
though, because what Disney's doing is just milking fucking Mandalorian. Um, but yeah, any other thoughts?
No, I just find it interesting that um
Has it been 3 hours? I feel like it's been 3 hours.
we hit it. But no, I just find it interesting that you know, we haven't given him more opportunity to make more faster. So,
Yeah,
but we can go quick on these next three because I think they're pretty good.
yeah.
And and
But
I
it's pretty late probably for you as well. Let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Moving on to this. So I'm a big fan of F1. Not only, well, I enjoyed it. But I like the practical effects of it, and so I enjoyed it as like like a like a nice predecessor to Top Gun. And where is it? I got it. It's appreciate even more because Apple was actually nice enough to let Warner Bros. Release it on physical media. Because if it was just Apple, they would have been like straight to our Apple TV, $40 a month of content that we don't really have. That's the thing about Apple TV. Like they make great stuff, but they don't have anything on there. And so, but ugh, get it in there, shove it in. So, but since how successful that it was, of course they're going to make a sequel. And I believe we talked about this a few months ago about it being almost like kind of a Tom Cruise sequel in a way with Days of Thunder. Um, and I think that would be very interesting if they go in the route of that route of a sequel where they have Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise versus each other and like in a race. I think that would be a fun sequel. Now we don't know if Brad Pitt is going to come back. Nothing in this article specifies that. Uh, if none of the original cast members come back, honestly, if Brad Pitt doesn't come back, I'll be less interested because I wasn't really interested in the side characters in the film.
No, I wasn't either. I thought Brad Pitt was excellent. I
Yeah,
actually it was one of the best films of his career, and I very much enjoyed his character. I thought the film pacing was good. It worked, and it you can see it, and you can tell by how well received it was. They crushed it.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I would like a sequel. If they do a sequel, I would want it to be the Tom Cruise Days of Thunder route at that because like you could just like who owns the Days of Thunder IP? Is it Paramount? I think it's
uh,
Paramount.
I'd have to go look. I genuinely don't know off
Yeah,
the
it's
top.
Paramount because I own it. I saw the logo. So just talk to Paramount, do like a, you can probably like buy the rights or like do like a distribution contract or something. Like there's ways around it that they can do it. So especially if Paramount owns Warner Bros. If Paramount ends up owning Warner Bros., that just makes it even easier for them to do a sequel that way as well. So let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below on that. Just kind of make it quick. There isn't really we'll have to wait to hear more from it. Um, this on speaking of Tom Cruise,
That's
Tom
good.
Cruise finally got an Oscar. Not really. It's more of an honorary Oscar. It's the what's that trophy that you get when you're just part of something?
Perfect.
Yeah, it's like that trophy. It's like here you go. There you go, Tom. Thank you for the 8 Mission Impossible films. Only like 2 of them were actually good. No.
Oh no, I like a lot of
No,
them.
I own them all. Like I even actually got The Final Reckoning, which is honestly not my favorite. It's not even in my top 5, honestly, but I own it. It's actually a pretty cool steelbook.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna get every second to show off my 4K collection. Um,
I actually want to see this really quick because I wanted to pull it up.
but he gave a very emotional speech. If you want to read it,
I missed it. I actually, I'm sorry, I didn't miss it. I actually read it. It was really good. Um, so it was interesting. The year that he got nominated for Jerry Maguire,
yeah,
uh, he lost to Jeffrey Rush in Shine, in the movie Shine.
I feel like well, if we're gonna talk about snubs, that's definitely a snub. I think Tom Cruise should have won an Oscar for that movie.
I thought so too. I really
And
do.
which is weird because that was a point of his career where he already did Mission Impossible, so he's trying to do all these other films, and none of them really did very well besides Jerry Maguire. They all kind of pretty much flopped, and which is but he did really great in most of those films that he was in. And so I hope that he takes another risk doing a film like that to try to win an Oscar because I think he deserves an actual Oscar. It's cool that he got an honorary Oscar either way, but I think he deserves one, especially for all the stunts. After all these years, they're finally adding a stunt category. Um, what was I actually have a movie that I really do like him in. This one. This is a good film. If you haven't watched this one, this
I've
is a
heard it.
he plays a he it's the only movie that he ever plays a bad guy. And so,
Let's see.
for the ones that are listed on Apple, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts as Collateral,
Yeah,
that's the name of the movie.
I'm looking to see if I can find it. So good.
It's in here in the article. It's right here. Um, The cinema, it takes me around the world, Cruz said. It helps me to appreciate the respect difference. It shows me also our shared humanity, how alike we are in so many ways. And no matter where we come from, in that theater, we laugh together, we feel together, we hope together. Unless it's a Disney remake, then we just hope that they don't ever make another one ever again. That I added that. He didn't say that, by the way. And that it is the power of this art form, and that is why it matters. That is that is why it matters to me. So making films is not what I do, it's who I am.
Yeah.
He said it a lot better than I did.
No, but it was great. He
And he
did a
can does it continue on or did it?
no, I think it was pretty short,
Okay.
but it was excellent. He did a really good job. I was
Yeah.
very
Uh, unlike what's his name that won the best actor Oscar last year. I forget Brody.
oh, Adrian Brody.
Yeah. Yeah, you remember his speech?
Not really. It was kind of bleh.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Moving on to this last topic, do you want to take us out on this one?
You know it. The Mummy. Amazing. So, Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz are reuniting for the fourth Mummy movie. So, what do we know? So, they're reuniting for another Mummy adventure. The filmmakers, who call themselves Radio Silence, are set to direct the fourth installment,
They're
and
the
the
ones
deck.
that did the Scream films and all of that, and Ready or Not. Oh no,
They're,
sorry, not yeah, no, it was the
yeah,
Screams and Ready or
they're
Not.
known for Ready or Not and reviving the Scream franchise for Paramount in 2022.
Mm.
Um, so Frazier led the 99 reboot of The Mummy. He also was in The Mummy Returns. In 2008, The Mummy's Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, which I remember that one when it came out.
Yeah,
Uh,
which from my understanding, this one is gonna not follow after that one. They're gonna forget about that one and
yes.
continue after the second film, which thank goodness, because that third one is awful. The second one's not that great, but it's better than the third one. What actually has my interest more or less is Rachel Wrights is coming back.
Yes, I know. I'm excited for that. And then
So
they tried to, I almost forgot about the Tom Cruise The Mummy in 2017.
yeah,
I think that
um,
was the one Tom Cruise movie that I hate. That I was like, that movie sucks.
I don't remember it very well to hate it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a Tom Cruise movie that I truly do hate. I think we've had this conversation before in previous episodes. Um, but yeah, I like Brendan Fraser. I really like how he has his his underdog lately with the whale. Just recently saw him in the Rental Family, which was actually really good, and he was great in that. And so to hear that he wants to do another Mummy film and he's willing to get into the shape to do it, That's I think that's really inspiring as well, just from what he's been through. I'm really looking forward to this film. I don't know if I'm a big fan. I don't know if I would say like I'm a huge fan of the Mummy movies, but I enjoy them. I think they're fun.
So, on a side note, by the way,
Mm.
I love reading comments. The mummy should have remained buried on 2017 one with Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise should have kept on running.
Yeah, away from that film.
Yeah. I think he did. I don't think he remembers being part of that movie at all. He doesn't ever talk about it. You remember how they tried to set up a universe with that film? And like they literally like announced it and all of that. They had like Johnny Depp um and like all of that. Like they did that photo shoot. Fell on its face.
Yeah,
So,
I do.
but like, what do you want them to do with this fourth film?
I would be interested to see if they kind of run in the direction of explaining where he's been or
Mm.
what they've been doing the whole time.
I just
Maybe
hope that
they,
they don't do like the breakup and like they have to get back together storyline. I hate that type of storyline because they always
no,
do that storyline after like a few years. Like, oh my here, like they did it literally like with Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny. Like, oh, I'm a broken man and I have to refine my footing type of deal. And so,
yeah, like come back to my wife and we come back together because my daughter opened up a can of worms and yeah, I know what you mean. Like maybe one of their children's gonna open up a thing and they have to come back together because now they opened, some tomb
yeah,
that's evil and their child's interested in archaeology or something. I hope it's not that.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty retready.
Like,
No,
would it be another mummy or would it just be something historical? I think something historical could be fun. It,
it could be interesting. I hope what happens is one of the original spots they went to, they bury deeper and or like dig deeper, who knows? And it's a more evil entity or like an eviler mummy underneath the original one or
mm,
something. And so now it like brings them full circle back to the place where they started. Like I feel like that would be like it would pay homage or tribute to where they were.
mm.
Uh
Yeah. I mean, have to keep on waiting to see more. It's just really exciting that they're finally now actually confirming it because there was little talks like a year ago of Brendan Fraser being asked like, "Hey, would you like to do another mummy film?" And he's like, "Yeah, I would like to do another one," and all of that. And so now just to see that like now it's actually happening, they're actually going to go into production and that they actually have a good team behind it, the ones that did like, Ready or Not and the restart for the franchise. I think they're a fantastic choice. I think they can actually have fun with this uh movie and make it really fun and interesting.
and they're moving in the right direction for it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
So,
giving the right people the right places. So I'm excited for it.
yeah. Yeah, let us know your guys' thoughts on this in the comment section below. Finally, I told you it's going to be 3 hours. I think uh
I had fun.
Well, yeah. Well, it might be under 3 hours because I don't remember what exact time that we started. We've been sitting in the Zoom call and talking for a bit before we started recording. So, but it's up there. So I'm gonna have fun with this. Yay, yay, lovely. Well, totally fun. I'm trying to think of like which one that we mostly spent the most talking about on this.
Oh, who knows? We just like talking.
Yeah. It was probably the like it was the review part and the film criticism probably took up a good chunk of the video. Um, and I would like to say maybe the Scream 7 was probably our longest one because we did go a bit on that one talking about theories and all that. So, but yeah, thank you guys very much for sticking into towards the end on this one. Guys, remember to check out the commentary on Spotify and Apple Podcasts on December 1st. If not, don't worry. There's going to be a full video, kind of like our normal commentary form on that next Saturday. And so you guys will actually see our reactions. I'll leave in pretty much our full thoughts, but I still got to edit it normal. I can't just fully upload the movie. I wish I could do that, but I can't. But so yeah, if you guys want to see so basically if you want to do it this way, you can watch that, and if you want to really learn more about our deep thoughts, then you can go check out the audio commentary. But yeah, almost 6,000, probably already hitting 6,000 subscribers when this goes up. Pretty cool. It would be really awesome if we could hit 10,000 before the end of the year. And next, if that's the case, then maybe I'll set a goal for us next year for hitting 100,000, a million. Yeah, a hundred
Go.
thousand. And if it's and next we might do something where we'll invite a couple lucky winners on the podcast, and we'll do a live stream.
Tom Cruise.
Yes, Tom Cruise. I would love to have you on and run with you. We'll have a race. We'll see who's fast.
I love Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
So,
you're probably
you're invited on any time.
yeah. We'll have a cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I'll drink coffee for you. So, but
Oh,
yeah.
I'll drink coffee with Tom Cruise. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Take some shots. Take some vodka shots. No,
I don't know what that had to do with coffee, but sure.
I don't know. I was just naming random drinks like.
Oh my goodness.
So, but anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and thank you guys very much for listening on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Make sure to check us out on YouTube. Thank you guys very much for being here, and like always, we'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.